You know what time it is. It's time for Late Nights with Santana. So sit back, get your popcorn, tap the screen, and enjoy. Hey, Don. Hey, Sin. Guys, if you are interested in coming up and having a conversation, please go ahead and request up. I want to get some fresh people up on the panel. So if you have been sitting down in the comments and have never joined the panel, and you want an opportunity to tell me why you think Kamala Harris is going to be the next president of the United States, or if you think Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, please go ahead and request up. We're going to get this thing started in just a moment. Hey, Alexa, stop. Guys, we are... Oh, there we go. Hey, Ari. Hey, is it Ashante? Is it Ashante? Did I say that right? I feel like I didn't say it right. I feel like I didn't say that one right. Guys, tap the screen, share the live out, do all the good things. If you haven't sent your heart me, send your heart me's. Make some comments, make some noise. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you feel me, that we're in it together. I'm about to go ahead and open this thing up. I don't quite know where my co-host is at the moment, but we will go ahead and open it up because we're gonna get E in. I don't know where E is. Guys, as you hit the panel, go ahead and mute yourself. Go ahead and mute yourself as you get onto the panel.
I can drop when she gets here.
Yeah, we'll put you in a different spot. It's all good. It's all good. Guys, go ahead, and if you are interested in joining the panel, joining the conversation, please go ahead and request up. We have a couple of spots left. If you are voting for Donald Trump and you want to make your voice heard, please go ahead and request up. If you are voting for Kamala Harris and you want to make your voice heard, please request up. All are welcome. We're going to get this thing started in just a moment as soon as we get some more people on the panel. We will get started. And again, if I haven't heard from you, I would definitely like to hear from you. No matter where you stand on the side of the aisle, if you are someone who has never been up, request up. I want to hear your voice.
What's up, brother?
Hey. Yeah, as you hit the panel, please just go ahead and mute yourself. Mute yourself, please, and we will go through introductions. So everyone on the panel, please mute yourself. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen. We're at 13,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 50,000 likes. Share the live out. Do all the good things to keep the live moving. If you have not sent your heart me's, go ahead and send me your heart me's, right? You know what I learned, Elena?
What?
So not only is it good to send the heart me's, but there's like 3 things that you can do to be a team member, right? So you can send a heart me, and then you can send one gift that equals at least 1 coin, and then make 1 comment. So guys, I said Alina. Do the 3 things, right? One send your heart me, 1 gift that's worth at least 1 coin, and then do a comment. All 3 of those get you on the team. Anyway, guys, tap the screen. Go ahead and get this thing up. Let's get this to 50,000 likes. Share the live out. Let's do all the good things. I'm going to go around the panel, do a quick introduction. Guys, I'm going to come to you one by one. And as I come to you one by one, I want you to come off mute. You're going to tell me who you're voting for and the biggest reason why, who you're voting for and the biggest reason why. And I know some people might want to go on and tell me about, all the great things and all this other stuff. But listen, panel, don't give away the sauce yet, right? You want to have a teaser, right? An appetizer. I'm voting for this person because this person does this, right? So let's keep it there. I'm going to start with Alina. Alina, let's go ahead and set the example, show the people. Alina, can you tell the people who you are voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Kamala Harris, and I say this all the time, but it's because she's not a fascist.
Ooh, good one. Thank you so much. Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, good evening.
Sarah, have you and I become besties yet? Because I kind of feel like in my head we're besties now.
I totally think we're besties.
Hey! Sarah, can you tell the people who you're voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
I am voting for Kamala Harris because she wants to protect women's rights.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right. Frenemies, is that how you say it? Frenemies?
Yes, sir.
Hey, frenemies, how are you this evening, my friend?
I'm doing good. This is the first time I've been up here, so thank you for your time.
Listen, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. Frenemies, can you tell the people who are you voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
I am voting for Donald Trump, and the biggest reason why is the United States has power globally, and we just see that the current administration hasn't used that power for good, especially in Palestine and Ukraine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, my friend. Go back on mute for me just a moment. Tucker, how are you this evening, my friend?
Hey, brother. I am voting for Donald Trump, and I want closed borders, and that's it.
Got it. Tucker, or that's not Tucker, that's Trucker. Holy smokes. That's Trucker. I was just about to say, I love that truck and your PFP. Is that yours?
Trucker. Yep.
Holy smokes. I love 18-wheelers. All right.
That's what I do for a living every day.
Okay, perfect. Go back on mute for me just a moment. Caden, how are you this evening, my friend?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. Caden, who are you voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why?
I'm so glad you asked. Trump Daddy in a couple days, because he's not a deep state agent. He's a real person.
Okay. Can we just acknowledge that's a little weird to call another man daddy?
He is my daddy. He's everyone's daddy in this live right now.
Okay, all right, perfect. Go back on mute for me, please, my friend. All right, just Chris, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm sorry.
I am voting for. Or I've already voted because I early voted for none other than VP Kamala Harris, and I'm doing that. I did that because I'm not an insane lunatic, and I have not drank the Kool-Aid.
Ooh, okay. Perfect. Go back on mute for me just a moment. All right. Next up, Timmy, how are you this evening, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good. Timmy, can you tell the people who you're voting for this election and what's the biggest reason why?
To be entirely honest with you, the reason I'm voting is because of the way I've raised. I'm pretty young and I don't know much better for myself right now. So I think as I get older, I'll vote based on my own experience. But for now, I'm voting for Donald Trump because of the way I was raised.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, you know what? There's an opportunity here to have some good conversations and, we can figure it out. Perfect. Go back on mute for me. Let's see here. Pat, how are you this evening, my friend?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Good. Pat, can you tell the people who you're voting for in this upcoming election and what's the biggest reason why?
Absolutely. Over from Chicago, Illinois, I voted for Kamala Harris with my wife and I. That's in my profile picture. We voted last week, a week ago today, and we voted for Kamala Harris. And the biggest reason why, well, it's multiple than one, but it's a short thing. So essentially everything that the other side stands for, like taking away Medicaid and Medicare, which I'm on, going after the LGBTQ community, which my daughter is a member of, and going after interracial marriage, like in states like Tennessee, which I am in an interracial marriage.
I saw that, Pat.
So everything that they stand for currently, that they're trying to get rid of, that they have no real other plan for, is attacking myself and my family directly. So that is why we voted for Kamala Harris.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Go back on mute for me, my friend. All right. Hey, Alina, so Erica just showed up. I'm gonna swap you out for now, but if you hang tight,
Of course, drop me now.
I'm gonna have you be the first person back up if you want to come up.
You got it.
Okay. I love you so much. Thank you, Alina.
Love you. Bye.
All right, guys, let's get E in here. What's going on, E?
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yes.
Yeah. Happy spooky season.
Yeah, I just got in about 10 minutes ago from taking Bubba trick-or-treating.
Did he have fun?
And yeah, he had so much fun. He was a dinosaur. I posted to my story. He he was chasing little kids and oh my God, he was just having a ball. He was having fun. Passing out candy. That dude got a lot of personality.
I know that's right. Awesome. All right, guys. So E, let me let you know we're gonna level set on a couple of things.
We're allowed to talk.
I heard.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we allowed to talk now?
Say it again, Tucker. Trucker?
I said, are we allowed to talk now?
No. Hold on. Let me go over everything. One second, Trucker. All right, guys. So let's do this. I'm gonna cover a couple of things with you, let you know how we are gonna run this evening, and also, guys. So the person that's in the panel in this box right here. Hey, thank you for the crane. That is Erica. She is my co-host. She is my co-host, and she is going to be helping me out with the panel. So, guys, for the people on the panel, I just want to remind you guys of a couple of things to be mindful of. We want to be mindful of those words that allow us to continue to have the conversation. So, there's certain words that are, not so good on the TikTok. So, you want to keep in mind to use alternate words like pew pew, mustache man, schnazi, C19, unalive, AB, all of those type of things that not only protect your actual TikTok, but it protects the live and allows us to continue to be able to have these conversations. The next thing that I want to remind not only the panel, but the people in the chat is to please remember this is a safe and friendly community. So what that means is we don't deal with any of the isms, no racism, no sexism, no classism. We also don't do the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of that. We don't play it on the panel, and nor do we play it in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you're doing it, my mods will mute and block you. They don't play. Oh, and one last thing, for the people in the chat, please don't use caps. Caps are for mods, and it draws my attention to the chat, and I want to be able to keep my attention on the panel so we can have these conversations. With that being said, just a quick reminder, we're at 34,000 likes. Let's tap the screen, get this thing up to 50,000 likes to keep the show moving. Share the live out. We do have a nightly donation goal of $250. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. It is the best way to help support this live. So if you enjoy the live, the information, entertainment, and you want to help support, the best way to do so is through those pay links. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about Erica, because she had to take her son trick-or-treating today, and I'm sure she spent a whole bunch of money on candy to pass out to the kids. Ain't that right, E?
Yes.
All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get it started. So this is what we're going to do. And just for the people that are new to the panel, new to the live, we like to have conversations, right? And that's why we look for a balance on the panel. We look for people who are voting for both sides, and we present our cases on different topics and different things like that. So this is what I want to do, because Trucker, you're already off mute, right? And
I'm always off mute.
Okay.
That's
all right.
how I am.
So I wanna have you start, because you said that the reason why you are voting for Donald Trump is because you are in favor of closing the border, right? So you want to actually protect the borders. Well, Pat.
Well, first of all, free speech.
Hold on one second.
Free speech.
Hold on one second. Trucker.
Yeah. Impulse control.
Hold on one second. So Pat, who is right below you, actually listed off multiple reasons, and not only did he say those reasons, but he basically said that everything that he's voting for stands in opposition of the things that you're voting for. So Trucker, I would like to have you have a conversation with Pat, explaining to him how electing Donald Trump will not only protect your free speech, but also give you that closed border that's going to be beneficial to the United States.
And also, should I stay on mute until he's finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's let Trucker get his point across, and then we'll go from there.
Pat, talk to me. Why would you not want closed borders? That's my first question. And seriously, closed borders and free speech. I mean, why would you not want this? Pat?
Sure. So I could answer that a couple of things for you. So the second one isn't even related to the first one. So the second, you said free speech. We do have freedom of speech here in this country. Only the party that you're currently voting for is actually trying to ban free speech by banning books and categories that make them feel icky, essentially. And not the Democratic side of the aisle, because they want the free speech to actually have reign. So that means the ability to learn about things that might be uncomfortable for our citizens. I would say that as well. So we don't have some lack of free speech censorship that everyone on the right seems to be complaining about today. Also, on top of that, you asked me, why wouldn't I want closed borders? Because I understand the effectiveness of not necessarily fully closed borders, but of undocumented immigrants that populate our country. So if you look at undocumented immigrant numbers, you'd be looking at something like about 90% of the undocumented immigrants that enter our country enter from legal not illegal, legal ports of entry. And about 90% of those also contribute billions of dollars a year to our U.S. economy without actually seeing the benefit of the taxes and state and federal tax that they pay each year. So why would I not want it? Because I understand that they actually contribute massively to our economy here in the U.S. Go ahead, though.
No, the Mexican people that come over here and work the job that
You mean
we
the
all
people from Mexico?
Yes.
But okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trucker. Go ahead.
They're awesome. Mexican people are fucking awesome. I would hire a Mexican person
You mean the Hispanic
over
people?
an American person any fucking day.
The Hispanic people, Trucker, right?
No, Mexican, not Hispanic. Mexican.
Okay, Trucker. Yeah, they're Hispanic. They're not Mexican.
It's not only Mexican people that come from the southern border, Trucker.
That is true. That's why it's good to understand
people,
it.
including Asians, including Europeans.
Well, explain this to me then. Explain to me why I'm wrong.
I could, but I guess is it my turn or Erica's turn?
Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead, Pat.
You're
got
fine,
it.
Pat.
So it seems like, Trucker, you're not very aware of like how borders work and how border security actually currently works. I think that you hear the borders are being overrun and you some semi freak out, I guess. So the problem with you talking about people coming over the border, again, I'm talking about all undocumented immigrants. I didn't just say Hispanic people. I said all undocumented immigrants coming from the southern border are about 90% of them are coming in through legal ports of entry, and 90% of those are contributing billions to our economy. So to fully close off the border would actually economically hurt the U.S. of the U.S. Country.
Correct. You are wrong. 90% are not coming over legally.
Where are you getting that number from, Trucker?
U.S. border statistics. They're not coming over here legally. 90% are not.
So okay.
Did your ancestors come?
Hold on.
legally?
Hold on one
No,
second,
hold on,
Smoothie.
no.
Hold on one second, Smoothie. This is a conversation just
My
between
aunt-
Pat and
hold-
Trucker. So hold on just a moment.
Hold on. I'm third generation Hungarian. Okay. So, yes. My ancestors did come over here legally. Yes, they did. That would be my
Hey.
grandparents
Hey,
came over here legally.
hey, Trucker.
But
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay.
go on.
So let's get off of that for a second and let's go back to you said you're getting your statistics from where again, Trucker?
Well, the government websites.
Okay. So let me ask you this real quick, Pat, because you said 90%. Where are you getting your numbers from?
Right. So I was actually going to recheck under immigration status, so that we can get the actual number for you. So I said roughly 90%, but I would have to get the exact number for you. Let's see, breaking down the immigration figures. Let's see. I'll try to get these for you quickly. I'm sorry that it's kind of on the spot here.
No, you're perfectly fine.
So House Committee on the Budget. House Committee on the Budget. So budget.house.gov. You can look at how many people have come in, and we're not talking about illegal, like through illegal ports of entry. So it's not through national or normal ports of entry, but under President Biden's watch, and this is through the House Budget Committee. Over 8 million migrants encountered nationwide, 6.7 million of which have been at the southwest border. So only 8 million people have been encountered. Not to say all of them got through. That's one, and that means they were encountered through ports of entry.
Yeah.
And from that encounter, only 6.7 million were on the southern border. So the other few million immigrants were from the northern border or elsewhere.
Yeah, so hold on one
Millions of
second. So just to kind of to clear this all up, with Pew Research Center, with key findings about U.S. immigration, and this is from September, it's about 77% of immigrants coming to the country legally, meaning through legal ports of entry, and they go through that quote unquote process. But I guess even more so, there's another process which we can talk about a little bit more, which is asylum. But the number is not 90%; it's 77%.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the correction.
Absolutely. But yeah, you two can continue with your conversation.
So I'm curious then, since you asked me two questions, Trucker, may I ask a question in return?
Sure.
Sure. So the fact that you want, and when you're saying closed borders, you mean that no single person, like especially according to you, probably just you're focusing on the southern border clearly, because we do have people coming from northern border, we have people coming from the coasts. So are you just talking about closing down the southern border?
Well, that's where the majority of the illegal immigrants come from.
Undocumented, Trucker. People aren't illegal. Undocumented.
Listen, you say it the way you want to say it.
Trucker. You're on my panel.
Illegal.
You're in mine and Erica's community. You're a guest, and I'm telling you the rules of the house. So you can either follow the rules of the house, or you can kick rocks. I'm letting you know.
Listen, dude. I will say it the way I want to say it. You say it the way you want to say it.
No, you won't. You won't say it here.
So, well, I guess my conversation just ended.
Yeah, it did. Okay. Listen, guys, I have no issues with your stance, your views, your perspective, how you want to actually have these conversations. I am all for it. I wanted to let Trucker speak. I have no problem with you speaking on how you want to, but when I tell you like this is what we're doing, right? When I say we don't do any of the isms or the phobias, I mean that. So, just be aware. Real quick, let's introduce Smoothie V. Smoothie V, how are you? Smoothie V, are you there?
Hey, I walked away for 2 seconds. What happened to Trucker?
Oh, he couldn't handle the rules of the house.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Smoothie V. Smoothie V going once. Smoothie V going twice. All right, we're getting Smoothie up about the paint. Well, let's get one other person in here. Let's see here. While we're waiting for the next person, Big Ol' Runner, how are you, my friend?
Santana, I'm doing well. How are you, buddy?
Good. You're not gonna run for me tonight, are you?
No. I'm not gonna run from you.
Okay. Hey, can you tell the people who you're voting for in this election and what's the biggest reason why?
So I hate repeating myself, but I already voted for Trump, and because he's not Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Hey, Big Ol' Runner, why'd you say you were disappointed in me? What happened?
Oh no, I was raising my hand. I gotta apologize, E. I don't have much patience, so when I requested to be a guest, I expected to go to the front of the line. So that's my bad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. The golf mouth. The golf mouth. How are you this evening, my friend?
Doing fantastic. How about you?
Wonderful. The golf mouth. Who are you voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, and what's the biggest reason why?
Her ability to bring back, as she would say, joy, and to protect our democratic system.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to get into this next conversation, but real quick, W's in the chat for Linda. Linda added $20 to the nightly donation, said, love you, calm, patient, informative, and handsome. Thank you, Linda. And then also W's in the chat for Tom, who added $5 to the nightly chat and said, much love. Love you too, my brother. Guys, we are only now $225 away from closing out our nightly goal. We have 740 people watching, so Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. If you want to actually help support the live, that's the best way to do so. Santana Speaks 24, everything is accepted, anything is appreciated, and it helps keep the live going. And please don't forget about Erica, because Erica is a part of the show and she makes it go. Ain't that right, E?
Yes, that's right. And I also have to deal with you because I'm still very upset about that text message exchange from earlier today.
Oh well, everybody can't everybody can't know everything. Sometimes you gotta hold the cards close to your chest, and we can't talk about it because that's only for the Discord. So we can't
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
that's
it in
only for the
public.
Discord.
It's only for the Discord. If you
It's
guys are wondering
family
what we're talking
business.
about, you can go ahead and grab a subscription. Make sure you're in the Discord, and you'll find out. Anywho,
That part too.
yeah, let's do this. I would like to go to I would like to go to frenemies. Frenemies. So, frenemies, you said the reason why you're voting for Donald Trump is basically it's surrounding global power, right? You want to be able to continue to be a global power within the United States. And I guess you're a little bit worried about that. I would like for you to explain to just Chris why globally Donald Trump would be better for the U.S. versus Kamala Harris.
So I don't think that the U.S. should be this like global power, but what I do think is, as America funding these wars, we do have that power in that way, and to allow the Palestinian war to go as long as it has been and all the casualties without trying. It seems like they're not even trying to do anything. It seems like they aren't fit to have that responsibility of having global power, if you want to say that.
Just Chris?
Yes. So my question, I guess my concern is with Trump's ability to even articulate and have a conversation with a coherent conversation with global leaders when he can barely answer simple questions about his non-existent or concepts of a plan type policies. I don't see how anyone could have any confidence in someone who is clearly diminished in their ability to articulate their thoughts, actually being able to stand in front of world leaders and do the same. I think he's an embarrassment and has been an embarrassment to our country in the 4 years that he sat in the White House. And I believe that he is unfit for leadership. I don't believe he's respected. He assumes he's respected, but really he's just a laughing stock of world leaders at this point. And I don't have any confidence in someone like that speaking for us as a country on a global level.
Ooh,
as an educator myself, I would be quite troubled if a student stood in front of my classroom to give a speech on something that they said they have a whole lot of knowledge on and did research on and can't put together a coherent sentence about whatever it is that they just studied or read about. And Trump is a poor example to me of someone who has the power or the ability to speak in front of world leadership.
Got it. Listen, frenemies? That's a good point. I mean, just Chris just spoke to a couple of different things which can be looked at as flaws when it comes to Trump, but even more so when he was on the world stage prior. I mean, there were those things. What say you to what just Chris just had to say about Trump?
Okay, so I have a few things to say. So, with the clearly cognitively declining part, I don't see it. I'm not saying that in like the Joe Biden way, like, oh, we don't see it. He's fine. Like, he just did a 3-hour podcast and he does multiple states a day, multiple rallies. And then at the same time, you guys say he's cognitively declining, and then saying that he's the greatest threat to democracy ever. I don't see how that could possibly be true at the same time. And then, like, on the world stage type thing, I'm just going to pick one out of a billion things you can pick out. With NATO funding, it did increase. They did put more of their GDP towards their own protection after Trump did make his idle threats. And then when I brought up the Palestinian war and the apparent non-care that the Biden-Harris administration has, there was no response to that. So I'm just interested if that war means absolutely nothing, the civilian casualties mean nothing to Kamala supporters.
Okay.
Why do you think that Putin?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
The golf
oh,
mouth.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
the
sorry,
floor. No,
Brother
you're
Jones.
good. You're good.
Go
The
ahead.
floor is still just Chris.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
No worries.
No worries, no worries. So here's the thing. I don't think that people don't care. I think we have to be very careful about using that type of language when it comes to something as sensitive as casualties and that sort of thing. I don't think that people just don't care. I think things are far more complicated than people realize, the average everyday American citizen realizes. And because we're not sitting in those rooms having those conversations, that's what the government's job is, to have those conversations and to make those decisions. That's why we hired them. That's why we elect them. I think we have to be very careful about just assuming from what we can see with our own eyes about what is or isn't happening behind closed doors. We don't know. Right. And I get that it feels like it's going on forever. I mean, this is not the first time that we've had situations linger on that shouldn't have happened and lingered on as long as they did. I mean,
but we can
know what
see
happened after
the results of
9/11.
the inaction of the Biden-Harris administration. We can see the results of 50,000 Palestinians, at least 50,000 Palestinians evaporated.
So let me ask you this.
One
Go ahead,
question.
Santana.
One question, frenemies.
I have a question too.
Oh, you first, E.
Oh, okay. Because I seen Mr. Jones ask this question before. It's actually a really good question for people who say that they care about Palestine. Frenemies, what happened on October 5th?
I don't know.
You don't know what happened on October 5th? But you care so much about Palestine.
Okay, so let's take out that I don't care about it. Do you think that it's okay what's happening there? Like, let's say I don't care
think
about
so,
it.
but I don't like this disingenuous argument that you're coming up with.
Okay, so let's
Because
take out me caring about it.
It absolutely makes no sense whatsoever because you're pretending.
Well, let's take
that's
me
an
out
issue.
of
You're
it. And let's
asking.
put Kamala
Hold
Harris and
on,
Joe Biden into it.
stop. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm having a conversation. So please stop. Thank you. So with that being said, you're asking the Biden-Harris administration to do something that no administration has been able to do in 50 years. Likely more, actually. It's been more than 50 years because it's been going on since 1948. So if somebody do the math for me, I'd appreciate that. My brain ain't working. 76. Thank you, Alina. That's why I love you. So for 76 years, you're asking them to do something that no administration has been able to do, not even Donald Trump. Because remember, Donald Trump was also president at one point, and he was president for 4 years, right? And he had the opportunity to bring peace to the Middle East, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he did it. So stop asking them to do that too. I'm sorry, Just Chris, for interrupting if I did. My apologies.
But no, you're right though, Erica.
Well,
I would like to respond.
Hold on, because I think we left a bit of a cliffhanger, and people in the chat are saying, "Oh, I think you mean October the 7th." So
no, I'm talking about October 5th.
Right.
I'm not talking about October 7th. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, do you want to explain to the people what actually happened on October the 5th?
Yes. So, hey, Alina, they Israeli soldiers. Godly, I'm so sorry. I had this earlier. Y'all forgive my brain.
5 Israeli soldiers were wounded in the West Bank. This is what actually.
No.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, they were wounded because of the attack that they had. Yeah, in the West Bank. It was the altercation in the West Bank, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5 Israeli soldiers were. Go ahead, Alina.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was actually 4 Palestinians that were unalived in the West Bank.
Right. The soldiers were wounded. The Palestinians were unalived. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alina.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about that is that they're not supposed to be in the West Bank. This war is supposed to be happening in Gaza, and so the fact that they're in the West Bank and unalived Palestinians is like very problematic. That's kind of what set most of this off.
Yeah, yeah, and so I think that's the point that Erica is trying to make as far as like the overarching. There was a cause that occurred, but no one wants to talk about that. One, because propaganda, but also two, a lot of people are outraged on the quote unquote T attack on the 7th, but they don't talk about the actions that set everything up. And even more so than that, friend of me, the question I wanted to ask was, because you're talking about, well, take out the fact that you don't know it, cool. What is Donald Trump's solution to what's happening in Palestine?
So he just said to flatten it or whatever. But is that any different than the current thing happening under Kamala Harris's watchful eye? Like, is it any different at all?
Yeah.
1%.
Well, hold on. So, that's actually a good question, right? Are we under Kamala Harris' watchful eye, or are we under Joe Biden's watchful eye?
He's the second most powerful human on Earth, running for the first. I to say that she has no responsibility in the administration is diminishing her role.
That's not what I'm saying at all, my friend. But what I'm saying is, how often do you get to tell your boss what to do?
But hold on, wait, Biden.
No. Frenemies. How often do you get to tell your boss what to do?
If you're in a partnership, you should have 50-50.
How often do you get to tell your boss what to do?
I can recommend
not your partner.
to my boss.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. You can make recommendations, but at the end of the day, it's not your decision, just like it's not Kamala Harris' decision. And so the point to that is Joe Biden, his approach to what's happening is completely different than what Kamala Harris has said she wants her approach to be. So Donald Trump, you've already said that Donald Trump has said that he wants to go ahead and flatten, basically turn Gaza into a parking lot. But what has Kamala Harris said that she wants to do? What does she want to see happen?
It's a ceasefire, two-state solution.
Okay. So, I mean, would you rather have a parking lot?
How long have we been going for a ceasefire, though? Like, okay, you can say the words better, but look at what's happening. Is my point. If you just can't look at what's happening and say, oh, it's kind of flat, right? They're flattening buildings.
No,
and then Donald Trump's like, yeah, let's continue to flatten it. What's the difference?
No. Trump is saying that he wants Israel to completely wipe out those, the quote unquote threat, which is going to wipe out innocent Palestinians. Where Kamala Harris is saying, no, I want an immediate ceasefire. I want the Palestinians to be able to live. I want the Israelis to be able to live. I want a two-state solution. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but it sounds like to me that would be a better way to go. And Alina has something. Back it up. Just there we go.
So the pledge that's alleged here is for further settlements in the West Bank.
So
this was October 17th.
In any idea why Donald Trump would want that flat?
Well, the 100 million is what
whatever amount of money whoever.
Yeah. E.
I have two questions from the chat from two really smart guys. From Chris Frenemies, Chris the venture capitalist. He wants to know, do you happen to know what the role of the vice president is? And Hawk would like to know who controls the purse strings.
So the first one is to like support the president's agenda and to go along with whatever they task you with, and the second one is the Congress. So is that like is that like a litmus test to like diminish any argument that I have to put forward? Or
you got the answer wrong, so yes. The second one, so you didn't answer the first question.
I just said to support whatever the president wants the vice president to do, whatever they task them.
No, that ain't it, baby.
She's a decisive vote against tiebreakers.
Yes.
And what
that's
else?
That's her number. That's her number one.
It's one more.
Okay, in case they unalive.
Correct.
Okay, what about that?
Well,
so that's their sole job is to sit there and wait.
Hold on. E, can you explain to them why it's important to understand those two things?
Yeah, it's important to understand that Kamala Harris is the VP, and so it's not her position to make a full decision on
I'm not
the
saying it
state of
was.
Palestine. Please stop talking when I'm talking. Don't do that. I'm asking you nicely. Please stop doing that. And then also in regards to the purse strings, you're right, you are right there. It is Congress. And with it being Congress, Congress decides who gets the money, where the aid goes to. Not Kamala, not Joe Biden. Right? So that's all there is to it. So again, I say that you are asking this administration to do something that no administration has been able to do. And I'm wondering if you requested and required the same of Donald Trump. I don't believe
So
that you did.
I would like to respond. I never
Yep,
said that.
and hold on, let me just say this. Once you respond, friend of me, I want to give the floor back to Just Chris. So Just Chris, you can wrap up your overall conversation with frenemies after his response. But go ahead, my friend.
So I never said or even implied that Kamala should have made a full force decision on anything during her term. But when Biden, the president of the United States, says that she is the last person in the room that he confides in, and she's part of every major decision, like, okay, that she's some part of that. So there is some responsibility, not on everything. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying again. But to diminish her responsibility to waiting for Joe Biden to unalive as vice president is not a good one.
But that's not diminishing it, my friend. That's literally her job. That what was Mike Pence's job?
Well, you saw what Mike Pence did.
No.
He upheld the Constitution.
Frenemies,
when Trump won it.
frenemies. What was Mike Pence's job?
It's to certify the election. That's exactly what he did.
No.
That's what he did on January
6th. Alina, what was Mike Pence's job?
He broke ties in the Senate, and he was a warm body.
Okay. Hold on, Erica. What was Joe Biden's job when he was vice president?
To break ties in the Senate, and also be a warm body.
Got it. Just Chris. What was Dick Cheney's job as vice president?
Be a psycho.
Break ties in the Senate and be ready if something happens to George Bush Jr.
Yeah. Thank you all. Frenemies, no matter what you want to say, that's the job of the vice president. Are they allocated other duties? Yeah, but that's the responsibility of the president. So they can only do as much as the president allows them to do. So you can't say.
I just prefaced my statement by saying I don't think she should have made a full force judgment on anything. That's not my position.
She couldn't, even if she wanted to. That's the point.
But I'm not blaming her for everything.
Right.
I'm blaming the administration. And then your point is like, oh, well, she's supposed to be a warm body, and that's all she did. Like, that's diminished. That's her administration. She's a part of it. It's the Biden-Harris administration. Why can't we, agree on that?
No,
that
listen.
Is terrible.
Listen, we are agreeing on that, but the whole point that I'm trying to make is if you're saying I don't like the way that Kamala Harris has handled things in Israel and Palestine. Well, you did say that you don't like how it's been handled, but when I'm telling, right. So let's talk about Joe Biden, right? We're gonna blame Joe Biden. We're not gonna she has clearly came out and said how she feels about it, and not only that, when Netanyahu came and was allowed to speak on the House floor, she made sure that she was not there in protest to not be there because she doesn't agree with his stance, and she has.
Am I having a tantrum?
Focus on what Santana is saying to you.
No.
Well, I've got interrupted every time I try to say something.
Hold on. No. Just Chris. The floor is yours to finish up your conversation with Frenemy.
Thank you so much. And this in itself is the problem. As soon as Joe Biden decided he was not going to continue his race, and the torch was passed to Kamala Harris and she was not contested, everything became, well, it's Kamala's fault now. I mean, it literally just flipped overnight. It became she's the reason why. Well, why didn't she do this? And she's been there for 3.5 years. Why hasn't she done this? And why hasn't she done that? It's like people have some sort of amnesia, I guess, about who is actually the president of the United States of America. And it is not Kamala Harris. She is not the president. It's
Yeah.
real simple, but people are having a really hard time.
Well, and the one thing that I'll say about that, and thank you, Just Chris, I'm going to drop you down, my friend. The one thing that I will say about that is that
Thank you, love. Have a great night.
Yep. I think a lot of people, and which I get it, right? The thing that the Trump administration has tried to do is tie Joe Biden's record to Kamala Harris. I understand that, right? I mean, that's the whole point of politics, especially because, I mean, technically she's not the incumbent president, and Trump is trying to run on being a change agent, right? So the thing that they're trying to do is say, well, everything that Joe Biden did is actually Kamala Harris, but it's just not true, right? So anyway, let's do this real quick. W's in the chat for Steven. Steven added $50 to the nightly donation goal, so we are up to $75. So guys, we only have excuse me, we only have $175 left in the nightly donation goal. So if you guys are enjoying the live, enjoying the information and education and entertainment, please consider donating. It's the best way to actually support the live. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the bio. It's Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. It's the best way to support the live. Everything is appreciated. Anything is accepted. And please don't forget about my wonderful co-host E, because she is over here dropping jewels. So make sure you drop a couple of shekels in her pay links, which are all in the bio. Ain't that right, E?
Yes, shekels, please.
Shekels. All right, so let's do this. I would like to have Sarah. So this is going to be interesting. Timmy, how old are you, my friend?
I am 19 years old.
Perfect. So, Sarah, how old are you again?
I'm 20.
Perfect. So, Timmy, the reason why I want to have you have a conversation with Sarah is because Sarah was actually in the same boat as you, right? So, Sarah was actually voting for Donald Trump. Because that's what her family does. That's, she lives in a red area and she was used to it. But Sarah spent some time listening to some other people across, social media. She spent some time here with us, and she did her own research, and she learned more about the candidates and realized that Donald Trump is not the candidate for her. It's actually going to be Kamala Harris. So what I would like Sarah to do is, Sarah, can you explain to Timmy how you made that transition, and what is your thoughts around why Kamala Harris is a better candidate than Donald Trump, and how you were able to make that switch?
Before we get into that, could I ask something?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. Before I say this, I want to make clear that I'm not trying to overstep or anything like that. It's just honest curiosity. So at the start, when we all joined in, you said this is going to be a very friendly and relaxed environment, and we're all just here to help you.
Oh, you cut out. I can't hear you.
And there's minutes ago,
wait,
and
Timmy,
Frenemies was trying to get his point across.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy Turner.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, so you have the red bar, so you
Yes.
completely cut out. Like I didn't hear anything you were saying.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. So, like I said at the start, you were talking about how this would be a friendly environment where we're all just helping each other understand better. And I understand that a couple minutes ago, tensions got high, and Frenemies was trying to get his point across, and he might have raised his voice. And there was some snickering going on, and a Mantrum post put up. And I'm just curious. Like I said, I'm not trying to overstep, but I feel like that takes away from the friendly environment when we're putting down other people because they're getting passionate about what they care about. And even if it's a lack of understanding, or or if they think they know more, it really depends on person to person. But it just Timmy, yeah,
I've talked to Frenemies before. I know him very well. We're not strangers, so we have a history.
Okay. We're not.
So yeah, he doesn't. Are you his friend or are you his boyfriend? Like, what's going on here? You good?
What the hell?
I don't think he needs you to defend him. Frenemies, are you good? Like, I think you can defend yourself, right?
Also, listen, Timmy, we are here. We listen when I give my spiel, right? When I talk about donating, right? Which again, there's still $175 left, and hit the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I always say if you enjoy the information, the education, and the entertainment, right? And yes, we want to be informative. Yes, we want to share information. Yes, we want to be factual, but we also want to be entertaining. And you might not have met Alina, but she is damn entertainment with her backgrounds. I'm sorry. So I mean that's more so what it is, my friend. No one's trying to hurt anyone's feelings. And friend of me, like genuinely, are your feelings hurt? Or I mean,
so I was trying to be very polite in the panel. I wasn't, telling that Erica she elaborating on my point of view when she was completely getting it wrong.
I'm sorry, what?
Just like I'm not throwing a mantrum.
He says she elaborated. I guess that's kind of like mansplaining.
That's literally mansplaining. She was trying to see my point of view being completely wrong, and then I would elaborate back, and she would be like, "Now you're just wrong," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I get called a mantrum for. I'm like, "Okay,"
because you were having a mantrum. It's okay.
To be fair,
Melina, we don't know each other that well. You don't even know my name.
Wait. To be fair, I have my fair share of mantrums as well. So I can be a little emotional, and I can admit it. It's okay.
But anyway, was that a mantrum?
It was a little bit of a mantrum. That's why I just said.
Just clarifying my position as a mantrum.
No. I mean, I think. Never mind. I don't want to do this. Okay, go back on me for just a moment, Timmy. The conversation is for Sarah at the moment, and she's going to be talking to you. So, Sarah, you have the floor, my friend.
Okay. So, both of my parents are very conservative. They definitely, I've actually today just talked to my mom about what I believe in and what I'm voting for, and we'll just say we don't talk about that anymore. Let's just say it did not turn out as well as I thought it was, but...
I could have told you that one, and I haven't even met your mom.
Oh my God. Well, I think that when I talk to a lot of Republicans and why they're voting for Trump, they don't really give me any facts. They give me feelings. They give me what the economy was. They give me, well, prices were great under Trump. They're not under Biden, so we're going to vote Trump again. That's usually how the conversation goes.
Right.
But I want to say that C-19 caused a global inflation rate, and it caused a bunch of stuff to go wrong. And we can't just blame Biden for that. Right. And I've actually looked up a bunch of things on Trump. There are some things that I think he does okay with.
Right.
But there's some things that I don't agree with him in. And for me to come to this conclusion, it was somebody said something about, would you let a person who is SA'd a woman babysit your kid? And they said, of course not. And I'm like, well, I've dug into it, and
hey, I'm sorry,
Trump
you cut out. Could you repeat like the last 10 seconds?
Yes.
Timmy, you in that MAGA mobile? Go ahead and run that back just a little bit, Sarah.
No, sir.
Yeah, so it was, so would you let a person you know who has SA'd somebody babysit your kid?
No, absolutely not. I think anybody who would allow that to happen would be of unsound mind, and I know where this is going. And I completely agree. There's absolutely zero excuse for sexual assault ever, and I am aware of
essay,
what
my friend. Essay.
Oh, essay. I'm sorry. It's my second time doing these lives. I'm not familiar with all the terms. But to answer your question, no, I would never let that happen.
He has SA'd a woman, and that truly did not sit well with me. And, as a girl who is growing up and I'm a young woman and I get catcalled and I get talked about, and all women go through this. And for her to have put herself in a position to come out and tell that to people is brave, but he did that. And the fact that he said that he never met her, but there is a photo of them talking, gives you all the proof that you need to know that he was lying.
Right.
I feel like that is one of the biggest reasons I can't vote for him, because it goes against my morals.
Right.
You know what? Hold
Exactly.
on. Ooh.
I wanted to, yeah.
I think. Hold on 1 second, Timmy.
Oh no, I'm
one
probably
second,
not.
sir.
I just want to do a mod.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, okay. Well, do your thing real quick, and then I have a question for Timmy based off of what Sarah just said.
Okay, so hey guys, so we have 916 people in here and we are at 139,000 likes. Thank you so much for the support. I'm gonna ask you to keep tapping. Let's get to 200,000. I think we can actually do that by 9:15 Pacific Standard Time. So keep tapping. Also keep sharing the live. We're at 124 shares. Let's get that up to over 200. And also Santana's gift goal is little witchy kitties. It's Halloween, so let's get him those witchy kitties.
Yes.
Also gift the panel. And Santana is at $75 of his nightly goal. So Santana, what's that? Math, 125?
Yeah, it's still $175 left on the nightly donation.
Oh, still $175 left? Oh, okay, I can't do math anymore. Damn it. Okay, so $175 left of his nightly goals. So tip the host, tip the co-host. Pay links are in the bio if you're enjoying the show. Also, the panel is absolutely amazing. Sarah, someone mentioned it in the comments, and I totally agree. Baby girl, your voice has gotten stronger.
I know.
Over this past week, you sound a lot more confident,
gosh.
and you sound definitely a lot more sure of yourself. So
I'm
it's
so
very,
proud
very,
of our Sarah.
It's very wonderful to see. But yeah, so again, thank you guys for being here. Tap, tap, tap. And Santana, you said you had a question?
Yeah. Real quick before I ask the question, let me just introduce the TikTok man. The TikTok man, how are you this evening, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. The TikTok man, just to verify, who are you voting for in this upcoming election, and what's the biggest reason why?
So I'm a party man. I've always been. So I always vote with the Democrat Party.
Okay, so you are voting for
whoever the Democrat nominee is it's Harris now. I'm always going to vote for Harris. Yeah.
Okay, and so you're voting for Kamala Harris because of political affiliation.
Yeah, always. I couldn't see the way the Republican Party has destroyed this country. There's no way on God's green earth that I would support any candidate or policy from that party.
So only voting you were brainwashed. Got it.
Okay.
Brainwashed.
So before you guys start, I just want to say
Can I retort? Can I retort to
No,
that?
not at all, because a friend of me wasn't
Okay.
supposed to come off mute. This was just the introduction. Go ahead, E.
I just want Jace, why would you do this to me? Dr. Jace, thank you for the $5 Cash App and for saying that Lil Wayne looks like someone farted in a shoe. Are you trying to get me fired? I don't want to get fired.
Oh, okay.
I need my black job.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. Okay, so let's do this. Timmy, Sarah just said something that was actually quite impressive, right? At 20 years old, at her big age of 20 years old, right? She said that morally she can't vote for Trump, right? She did her research.
Right.
She found out a couple of other things. You seemingly knew about the essay case that Trump has been held liable for. You knew some things about Trump. Is there anything? Because again, you originally said the reason why you're voting for Trump is because basically that's how you were raised, right? But you know certain things about him. Is there anything that I guess tickles your spidey senses and says, you know what, this is not too good, that would make you hesitate? Or is it just, no, this is what my family says, so this is what I'm gonna do?
I don't know. It feels really difficult to say, honestly, because like I said, I've been raised this way, so I believe that I need to vote this way. Obviously, SA is never okay, and I never support it. But I don't know. This is kind of hard, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, they won't be in there with you when you go
What's
vote.
that?
They won't be in the booth with you when you go vote.
No, I know. Absolutely. I firmly believe in my own decision. I'm trying to think.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I just wanted to say I completely get it. I completely understand. I love my family. I'm a very family-oriented person. It's just you have to decide for yourself what's good for you. And your parents are grown and you are growing up, and you have to start making these more adult decisions based on you, not your parents.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I've always been the kind of person that was very curious about everything, and I love to learn. And I think that with that information that I have about him and my morals, I could never ever, even if I wasn't voting for Kamala, I would still not vote for him.
Okay, absolutely. I mean, y'all have convinced me in this degree. I am 100% with you guys. I want to point out, somebody had mentioned that I had said "but" after I made my comments about how I do not support SA. That was a mistake. I understand that "but" negates what I had just said, but I absolutely do not support SA. I have been SA'd myself, and I find it absolutely repulsing. So just know that I do not support that at all.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I know that's something that is a very personal situation. So I'm not going to get into that. But what I will say is that I think when I would just say, just hang around. I want to put this conversation on pause for a moment because I would like for you to hear more and think more. So just hang out with us for a little while. And
could I ask something real?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I don't have a lot of time left, so I just wanted to ask one question about. Okay, so I live in Colorado Springs, right? And which is, I don't know exactly where we are geographically, but we're pretty near to everything. Mm-hmm. And if it's okay, I want to connect to what Frenemies was talking about with. Actually, I can't remember who was talking about borders. I think they already got dropped. But
yeah, Trucker.
Yeah. So there has been recently with the more liberal opening of borders and how many more.
Timmy.
Taking lots of apartment buildings and hotels and kicking people out.
Timmy, are you there?
Yes. Hello. Oh.
Your phone keeps doing the funny thing.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford anything new right now, so I'm just doing the best with what I got.
Well, Kamala Harris is trying to create what's called an opportunity economy, where you can actually purchase the newest iPhone if you want. But no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That is hilarious.
So, I live in an area that has kind of been affected by these borders opening, right? And like I said, there's been like this flood of Venezuelan gangs. And I'm not saying that everybody's just coming over the borders or part of gangs or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. I am talking about the exception. I'm talking about the people who are coming in and they're taking over properties and they're beating people. I don't know the specifics. I just know that these people have come over and they are having violent takeovers of different properties. So as a person who's very close to that, that kind of freaks me out. You know, I live close to this. I don't want to see my family affected by it. I don't want to see my friends affected by it. So if I feel that if the borders were no longer open, but maybe more restricted, I'd be more comfortable with that. And maybe that's why I'm still aligning myself with Mr. Trump and his election. But those are my final thoughts. I just wanted to get that off to see if that can spark any more discussion. But I'm almost out of time, so I'll just listen until I got to go.
Okay, perfect. No worries. This is what we're gonna do. Sarah, I'm gonna drop you down for now, my friend. And thank you for coming up. I appreciate you so much, Sarah. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Like seriously, Sarah. You know what? Let me do this real quick,
He's
Sarah.
like a proud
I
big
am.
brother.
I don't do this often, but I just sent you a friend request, so you and I can
Oh
be
my
friends
gosh.
because we're besties, right?
We are besties.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna drop you down. Okay.
Thank you.
Have
You
a
guys
great
have a
night.
great night.
Have a good one. So Timmy, you can see my friend right here. That's right here in this corner. Chris. Chris is actually a venture capitalist. That's why it says Chris venture capitalist. But Chris actually lives in Texas. He is super knowledgeable about the border and all things factual. So I'm actually going to let Chris pick up that conversation with you about the quote unquote Venezuelan gangs that are flooding into the U.S. and taking over apartments and all this other stuff. Chris, the floor is yours.
Sorry. I just want to make one quick thing. Like I said, I don't know all the details. I am just going from word of mouth of people who I know who live in the area. So just to address everything that's saying that I could be wrong, you're absolutely right. I don't know everything. I just want to know more.
Yeah,
So.
no worries. That's why I picked Chris because again, Chris is very factual. So Chris, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Timmy. One, it's nice to meet you. I am a recovering Republican, just like the AA announcements they make. So let's go with like the factual data, right? And when you come across things like this, I want you to always go like in these situations, right, to the local police correspondent. Same thing like things that happen in Dayton, because they're normally the first thing. So the police department, right, in Aurora have denied having any evidence. Mayor Mike Kaufman, right, says the same thing. So I feel like that's enough to put that one to bed, right? There's no evidence of these Venezuelan gangs actually doing these things. Now, let's talk about immigration and impact on what you think about what crime is, right? So let's start with border cities, right? According to the Axios study in the American Journal of Criminology, border cities have always been safer than cities that we live in right now, right? So I'll give you some examples, right? The 11 of them, most of them are actually, located in Texas, El Paso, Reynoso, and Eagle Pass, McAllen, and all these other things. They are below the average national crime index, while places like Baltimore, Houston, where I live at, Chicago, they're up near like 1,000. So with that being said, right, it's safer to be in a border city, right, than probably the city that you're in right now, no cap, right? So also the last thing, we have less border crossings now, right, than in the last year of Trump's presidency, and they're pushing this narrative, right, that these are just violent criminals. Actually, according to statistics, they're 4 times less likely to commit violent crimes than American citizens. I'm going to leave you with one stat. There's been 16,000 unalivings this year so far from American citizens. There's been 29 for undocumented migrants. And the person, right, that you're thinking about voting for told a straight up lie and said that there's been 63,000 so far. So, yeah, I just want you to, look into the key details. When stuff happens in a certain area, look for the police chiefs and the mayor's correspondence to see if it's actually true. And look at the raw data sets, right? For example, if Kamala were to say anything about the border, I'm going to fact check it, right? Just to make sure that it's okay with that. So I'm hoping that gives you a little bit of insight about what's actually going on compared to what Donald Trump, actually said about it.
All right. Timmy, any follow-up questions for Chris?
First of all, Willie well said. That really helped me understand it. And like I said, I was just going of word of mouth of who I have, people who live in the area of near these complexes that were supposedly being taken over. So I really appreciate you laying that out for me.
Hey, Timmy, question for you. when are you voting?
I already voted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, give us a follow.
Oh.
Maybe you can learn a little bit more, and we can continue to actually, educate you some. But I appreciate you coming up on the panel and hanging out with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I
Thank
Have a
appreciate
great
you.
night, Timmy. Hey
Bye-bye.
guys, we got 1 minute for y'all to get us 6,000 likes to 200,000, or I'm gonna ask Santana to do that sub only thing. Or do you want them to do more? What do you want to do?
Well, we got Mutane on the panel, and I was about to let
Hey,
Mutane set the table and make a
Oh,
decision as far as
duh.
what we do. But let me just say this real quick before we go to Mutane. Guys, there's a bunch of people that's requesting up. We're getting ready to have 2 spots open, and I would like to get 2 Trump supporters on the panel to balance out the panel, because right now the only person we have is Frenemies, and I want to make sure we have some backup for Frenemies, or it's going to be me and Frenemies versus the rest of the panel, and Frenemies, they don't want that type of smoke, because me and you can take them. But so if you are a Trump supporter, if you're not a Trump supporter, please just jump out of the request for now, and we'll rotate some of the Kamala Harris supporters out pretty soon. But if you're not a Trump supporter, just please go ahead and drop down for the moment, and I will bring you in just a moment. Mutane. Hey, Mutane.
Doing Shashira.
Hi, Mutang.
Hey, Erica. How are y'all?
Wonderful. Even better now.
Good. Oh, good.
Mutane, the
So I
floor
was
is yours.
noticing that goal is still pretty low. We need to knock that out. It's the best way to support the platform and, show some appreciation for the mental and emotional labor going into these lives that we do every single night. Erica's gifts are low. I haven't heard her call out anything from her Cash App. Chris's gifts are always low. I don't like that at all. Alina's as well. So if y'all could do all the things, tap the screen, get the likes up, share the live, gift the panel, hit the Cash Apps if you can, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Mutane, how about I got challenged to a battle today? Like one of those gift battles? By Johnny P. Like, I don't know if I have the backing to win like one of those battles against Johnny P. But I might just do it. I don't know. He challenged me, but I don't know if I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Because I don't know. Maybe if we can make the gifts move a little bit more, I might consider doing it. But I don't want to have a battle and then I just lose and it's not even close. But he called me out.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds
you
fun.
could test it for science.
Oh yeah, I might, but God, I don't like losing. And Johnny, I don't know. He called me out today though.
Well, people got it. They're slacking right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if they take care of the panel, I might consider doing it.
You got to do the battle on payday. That's what you got to do.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
That's what it is. But that's all I gotta say. Definitely clear that goal out, y'all. We're getting behind a bit. It's already 9:20 almost.
Listen, Mutang, again, I love it when you come up here because W's in the chat for Gail, who just added $50 to the nightly donation goal. Guys, we're halfway there now.
Oh yeah, there we go.
See, every time you come up, Mutang, you just bring all the good stuff, the good vibes, everything. Yeah, he did lose his battle to Sheikah. Yep. He did, and that's why we were talking about that. He was like, "Oh, do you want a battle?" And I was like, "I don't know about that." But anyway,
all right.
I think the chat likes to be scolded. That's what it is. They like when
there you
Mutang
go.
comes up to scold them.
I'll scold harder next time. I'll drop the soft voice and I'll go back to not enunciating my words and pick up that southern slur and raise my voice so people can pick out how I talk again, and then maybe they'll do even more.
I know that's right. Hey, yeah, listen. W's in the chat for David, who just added $10 to the nightly donation goal.
There we go.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you, Mutang.
Of course, Sheeta. Don't you, Dolphy? Good night, Erica. I'll be in the chat.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye, y'all.
All right, so we want to get a couple more Trump supporters in. If you are voting for Donald Trump and you want to come up and help balance the panel, please go ahead and request up. I'm going to go ahead and accept a couple of people in. And if you are not voting for Trump, I'm going to have to drop you down at the moment. So let's do this.
Hey, big W's for David for the $10 cash app.
Hey,
As always, I
W's in the
appreciate
chat
you.
for David. Let's see here. Sex bomb. Schmex bomb. Are you voting for Trump in this upcoming election?
I got to apologize because I don't know how to drop down or do any of that. This is my first or second time, so.
No worries, my friend. I'm gonna drop you down. You want to say something to the chat real quick?
Well, I'm anti-Trump, and I was going to speak about his supporters and why there's no bottom for him. So I'll wait till my turn comes up, and you tell me what.
Okay.
You'll tell me when it's my turn.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna drop you down, and you can request backup. Okay.
So do I have to go back in and request?
Yes. Because I'm just trying to get 2 Trump supporters on the panel at the moment.
Okay. See, that's what I didn't know.
Yeah, no worries, my friend. You're good. Thank you. Trump 90 million votes. Can I call you 90 milli? Or I'm gonna just call you a milli. A milli. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Millie.
Yes, yeah. Yes. Good evening, Santana. How's everything?
Wonderful. Millie, can you tell the people? I'm assuming you're voting for Trump, but I don't want to take it for granted. Can you tell them who you're voting for and what's the biggest reason why?
You hit it on the jackpot, Santana. I'm voting for Trump.
And the biggest reason why?
So let me start. Could I, before I get ahead of myself?
No, just the biggest reason why. I want to introduce you, and then we're gonna start conversations in a moment. Just your top reason.
But before I start, I want to tell you, Santana, I really appreciate your platform. I think you do a great job at what you're doing. I think you do a great job at what you're doing, and I appreciate that. I've been on a lot of these lives, and I realize that you're really calm. You keep it nice, and I feel comfortable coming up here.
Well, yeah. Listen, that's because here on the panel, we like to keep things very mindful, very cutesy. Chris, very what? You're double muted. Remember your mic.
Yeah, I'm slacking hard. I'm gonna take a guess. Is it Demir?
Oh, that is right. Very
demure, very mindful.
Exactly. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Chris. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say the main reason why I'm voting for Trump. Mm-hmm. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Let me ask you, if you got into a terrible injury, let's say whether it's sports, you're walking in the street and you really injured yourself, your arm is hurting, whatever else is going on, you feel your arm's hanging off your shoulder, it's not connected. If you went to a hospital tonight, an emergency room, and they tell you that everything's perfectly fine, you could just go home tonight. You go home, you're still in terrible pain. What are you going to do about that?
I don't know. What does this have to do with why you're voting?
I'm getting to the main reason why I'm voting for Trump.
Yeah, but I don't want to I don't want to do the analogy.
But it's hard. Okay. So where I'm basically getting at is a normal person the next morning would go to a specialist. He would say, "Hey, this stinks. My arm hurts. I can't breathe." And if
so
a
you
specialist
think Trump's
still
a specialist?
No. I'm getting to my point.
Okay.
So the main reason why is when I hear the arguments, a lot of the panels, a lot of the people they go, well, the GDP is this, the immigration is low like this. It's the same as Trump. It's the same as this, the same as that. The point is that right now it stinks. It's not a good situation all around. It's not. People see it. So, but people tell me that it's better under what it is currently right now. I don't buy that. It's not. It's not better right now. And I don't know if Trump necessarily will make it much better, but I think that's the better bet right now.
Okay, cool. Just FYI, when I ask frenemies who's beside you who's voting for Trump, I say, frenemies, why are you voting for Trump? And he said because he wants the U.S. to remain a global power. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, go back on me for
you gotta say 10 words or less. 10 words or less.
Is it Kilo? Kilo, is that how you say your name?
It's pronounced Kylo. I was just wondering if you're still looking for Trump supporters, because I'm not one. I'm a Kamala Harris supporter.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna drop you down for now, my friend. You can.
Okay, no worries. Sorry about that.
Yep. Hey guys, I want to get one more Trump supporter on the panel to balance out the panel. If you are a Trump supporter, you can either put me in the chat or you can request up right now, but I want to get one more person on the panel to oh, I see you. I got you. Is it Abe?
Give me 1 second. I'm just leaving my room.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good, good, good. Abe, are you voting for Trump in this upcoming election?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and what's the
I already
biggest
did,
reason
actually.
why? Okay, what was the biggest reason why?
Because he's respected by other countries. He's a respectful person,
Okay.
and I mean, I could give you other reasons.
No,
Some
no,
other
no. I
reason.
just wanted the biggest reason why, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Boo. All right, go back on. Did you see that, Ali? Boo. Okay, this is what we.
Did he say Trump was respected?
He did. He said he's respected and respectful.
He's also, aside from being respectful, he's also feared by many people.
Ooh. He said Trump is very mindful, very cutesy, very. Boo. We're not gonna give him that one. We're not.
Why do
Okay.
you keep doing that?
Because they said I got the boo ghost and I
hilarious.
see the boo ghost, so that's my thing now. All right. So. All right. So the golf mouth. You have been very patient, my friend. I appreciate you so much. So the golf mouth. I would like to hear you have a conversation with 90 million. With 90 million. And I would like for you to explain to 90 million why you feel like overall Kamala Harris is going to be better for the country versus Donald Trump. And I'm assuming, if I remember right, 90 million said that he's voting for Trump because of like surgery on his arm or something. But the floor is yours. The golf mouth. The golf mouth, are you still there? The golf mouth going once. The golf mouth turned into a teacup. The golf mouth is gone. All right. So let's do this.
You can't do that every time.
I can, and I'm gonna do it every single time. I'm gonna do it every single time.
Just
Could
to
I
prove a
ask-
point,
could I-
he is going to do it every single time, too.
Santana, could I ask Chris a question?
Sure. Go ahead and throw Chris that question.
All right, Chris, because you were talking before about the border and you seem pretty well knowledgeable about it. So I had a quick question. I have a buddy actually that runs. He's in the. I have a buddy actually that he's in the industry of the. He's in the homeless shelter business for many years. Now, he runs homeless shelters. Probably he's in the industry for 10 years. In the last 3 years, he runs it out of New York City actually. In the last 3 years, his business is booming. He's probably renting thousands of beds to the government right now for homeless shelters for migrants. You're telling me, why is it like that now and not during 2017 to 2021?
Awesome, perfect. So, you would have to, there's no bill that the Biden-Harris administration actually passed.
They didn't do anything, but there's still many
Hey,
more
so
migrants.
so I'm in the middle of giving an answer, right? Like, can I respond, or are you gonna go ahead? Because the next time you do it, I'm gonna go back on mute because I've seen you before.
Yep.
All right. So
on mute for him.
yeah. So if you want an answer, I'm about to give it to you. Relax. Okay, so cool. With that being said, right, this is the beautiful thing about like tracking, paper trails, legislation. First of all, let's start at the federal government and then work our way back down, right? There was no bill that was passed that actually mandates, right, all 50 states to do these things. I challenge you, if you think that's false, go on congress.gov, pull up anything, let's talk about it. There is none. Okay, next, right, with that being said, with that being said, in that case as well, right? Okay, so there was various things that contributed to. I see you unmuting. Okay, I'm answering your question. Relax. All right, so there's various things that contributed to spikes, right? We're just going to ignore the fact that with a combination of the expiration of what was called Title 42, which was a 1944 policy that Trump pulled out because of communicable diseases any president would have. That caused the spike in surge that we saw because there was people, one, waiting at the border, and two, global inflation from the pandemic was causing immigrants to go forward from Latin America. So now this administration did a really good job of working it back down because over the past few months we have less border crossings now than in the last year of Trump's presidency. And part of that, in part, is something that Kamala did directly, and that was called the root causes strategy. prior to the propaganda that you guys say the borders are, which is a position that's never existed, she was assigned to what was called the root causes strategy, where her and a small team, keywords here, went down to Honduras, Guatemala, Venezuela, and she helped them raise private funds for their government, not our money, and help them advise them on how to create more jobs, so that way you treat the root causes of immigration. Hard problem, right? For anybody that has to deal with the after effects of C-19 and global inflation. So yes, that is the reason for that effect. Same thing would have happened under any president in this global pandemic situation. But let me tell you, she did a good job of the root causes strategy, and this administration did a really good job of getting those numbers back down with all those global pressures. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question on what you just mentioned?
Hold on. How many times? No. Okay. I'm done.
No, you're good. Hold on one second, Abe, because we have friendly conversations back and forth, and right now, so it was originally going to be 90 million and someone else, but now 90 million and Chris are having a conversation, but we are coming to you next, my friend. But 90 million, the floor is yours to be able to reply.
So my question, so that's a great answer, Chris. I appreciate that. My question back on that is, let's say 2017 to 2019, my buddy that had the homeless shelters didn't have those numbers before the pandemic came around. He wasn't getting those contracts with the city. Why was he not getting those contracts with the city for all his beds and all these shelters?
Okay, cool. So I'm going to just regurgitate some of I think you missed some of the first part that I said. So you mentioned 2017 to 2019 when we weren't in this situation. So some of the root causes of this surge, I'm going to repeat it one more time, right? So C-19 caused two of the following effects. Title 42 to get enacted, right? Which in part caused global inflation, which caused Latin America to the south, which already didn't have very good economic situations, to migrate north. Now, going back, right now, Trump didn't have to deal with that, but Trump did deal with something in May of 2019. He declared an emergency at the border because he experienced a 500% increase in crossings compared to Obama. So we have actual global impacts here that was out of their control that they had to deal with. Can't say the same about Trump in May 19. And hold on a second, Trump actually on his way out gave Venezuelans citizenship by bypassing processes. So yes, that answers your question. If we weren't in the middle of a global pandemic with all of these side effects from 2017 to 2019, and in fact, it wasn't declared until March 13th of 2020 that we were experiencing anything related to C-19 in the States. Thank you.
So I appreciate that. Now, quick question. So it would make sense, let's say, that Biden would, before let's say his first year or two to figure it out, would take some time. Why did it take only the last 2 to 3 months or 5 months of his presidency to really figure it out and to get it down? To me, that seems like he's trying to do something or Kamala now to win the re-election.
Kamala, my friend.
Why wouldn't he do that? I have a very difficult time pronouncing. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine, but I do have a boundary, so it's Kamala Harris. If you can't say Kamala, you can always say VP. You can say Harris. You can say Madam Vice President. But you know, we're gonna pronounce her name correctly, please.
100%. So why did it take the last 3 or 4 months to suddenly jump on this? To me, that would seem like there's an ulterior motive than actually caring about the issue.
Awesome. So hold on, guys. My mic's messing up. Can you hear me? Okay.
You say something else because you kind of sound like you were further away. Like it's coming. While he's doing that, guys, W's in the chat for Alex. Alex added $1 to the nightly donation goal, saying that Trump supporters make me tired and exhausted. Me too, friend. Me too. With that being said, okay.
I'm just gonna respond real quick. So one, I would love to know where you're setting the data set for the 3 to 4 months, because if we go to the U.S. Customs and Border Policy, CPV.gov, right, statistics, then we go down to the encounter section and all these other things, it's been way more, right, than a 3 to 4 month decline, which actually defeats. In fact, we started seeing a very, very steep decrease starting in December, which is conveniently, around the time of when the root causes strategy was really getting their results, which is something that Kamala did. So no, we were not just had been on a steady decline for quite some time, right? Addressing root causes. And on top of that, notice what was happening with global CPI, right? With like global CPI and global inflation. Also, around that time, global inflation started to go down very slightly as well. So, root causes strategy, which Kamala was in charge of, that was also a time where our inflation was going down too, by the way, and all these other things. So, it just was not the last 3 to 4 months. It's been way longer than that we've been on a negative curve. Thank you.
Alina, you have your hand up.
I just wanted to add a couple of things as well. So, one of the big reasons why there was a big rush of immigration when Biden got into office was because the border was starting to be reopened after C-19. So usually whenever there's a communication to the global south about potential border closures, like when Trump was coming into office, there was a huge surge because they knew he was going to try to shut down the border. So in those situations, people are anxiously waiting until the border reopens to come through. Additionally, Biden put out a border bill within the first 2 weeks of office that just sat on a desk.
Yep. Good old Joe Biden. Good old
So they've
Joe
been trying to
Biden.
do stuff.
Yep.
But they've been stonewalled.
Yep. Absolutely.
While
Absolutely.
we
So
have this pause, may I?
yeah, go ahead, E.
Okay. Hey guys, so right now we are at 885 people up in here and we're at 265,000 likes. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get us up to 325K. I don't like to do this, but Santana does. So 325K by 9:50, so 15 minutes. And what's going to end up happening is we're going to go to sub only if not. I sound a little bit too excited about that, don't I?
Yeah, no. I mean, but we can do it, right?
I believe in y'all. We can do it. So keep on tapping. Also, as mentioned, 892 people in here. We had 212 shares. Let's get those shares up. Copy the link. Share it out to your friends, even to some Trump supporters. Let's get them in here too. Why not?
You can text it to yourself. That counts as a share.
Oh, and you can text it to yourself too.
Yeah,
awesome.
if you just hit that copy
Alina
link
with the info. Cool. Yeah, so copy the link and share the live. Let's keep us on the FYP. Even though I can't maintain a straight face when he does it, keep sending Santana those ghosties.
Listen. I got a text message saying, stop doing it. I said, I can't. Whatever.
That's so
Spooky
funny.
season is my favorite. I love. Halloween is my favorite holiday. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it as long as I get them.
That is hilarious. And also, let me see what those subs are. Hey, we have 3 more subs needed to reach our goal. 4. And I haven't said thank you. 4? It's 4? I thought it said 357.
No, it's 354.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I can count. It says 357.
It says 354 to get to 360.
Out of 360.
Yeah.
Anywho, y'all go ahead and sub.
Hold on, 6. Golly. Man, math is hard.
Math is kicking our ass tonight.
Holy smokes.
It is.
6. What happened?
Okay.
That's
I don't know how it says 3. It says 357 on my end, which is weird.
I'm blaming it on frenemies. Frenemies is rubbing off on me, and that's why I said it.
Santana, I want to make one other point if that's possible. Sure.
Hold on, 90 mil. Please, thanks. So yeah, guys, please keep tapping. We appreciate your support. We love that you're here. And now we can continue on with the conversation.
Yeah, someone said it says 354. I don't know what you guys are saying, but yeah, I'm seeing 354.
So weird.
354. So yeah. Okay, so I want to do this because I was getting ready to start another conversation, but I know someone said they wanted to say something real quick. Was that you, frenemies?
No, I think it was Abe. It was like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, cool. That's exactly where I was going. So, this is what I want to do. Also, real quick, W's in the chat for Corey. Corey added $4 to the nightly donation goal because she doesn't like how the numbers look. So we only have $110 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All my pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. And please, please, please don't forget about Erica because we got to take care of her as well. So this is what I would like to do, right? I want to have a conversation with Abe and Alina. I want to have, and the reason why I specifically want to have this conversation, right, Abe, is because not only were you talking about how respectful and feared that Trump is, he's respected, respectful, and feared. I would like for you to explain that to Alina and really get that point across, because I feel like she needs some encouragement when it comes to understanding how. Alina, did you see where Trump said that he was going to protect women whether they want him to or not?
Mm-hmm. Listen, I can be convinced.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm reasonable.
Abe, the floor is yours. Please explain to Alina why.
So
Trump
it's actually you just brought up. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I
for the
didn't get to
introduction.
finish my sentence, but okay, cool.
I'm sorry. No, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Go ahead. You got it.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I apologize for
worries,
cutting you off. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if I offended anyone by stating that Trump is a respectful person. I do think it is. I believe that the whole concept of Trump being a fascist, I heard him being called like. I'm sorry, what?
I didn't say anything.
I heard him being called like crazy different things. I've heard people calling on TikTok. I've heard him being they called them the N-word.
What?
Whatever. A word I can't say on TikTok.
Wait,
I
hold on.
apologize.
Wait.
What?
You said they called Trump the N-word?
Oh, snotchy, snot.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's not the N-word, my friend.
Okay.
It's a
I was
different
about to say,
N-word.
who
I
called
can't say
Trump the
N-word. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, they
There's
called
no
him.
way
They called him a
you can say it on
snotzy.
TikTok because it's the live will get shut
Oh
down
yeah,
if I
no,
say
it's
it.
snotzy.
I'm sorry.
You can say snotzy.
Oh, I could say it. Okay,
You
fine.
can,
Yeah, I've
again,
heard Trump.
snotzy.
Snotzy. That's the way to pronounce it here.
Yeah, it's a TikTok
but
friendly
I
word.
believe there's such harsh rhetoric against our former president that all you have to do is just listen to him. Go to a rally, listen to him talk. Look at his children. Look at his grandchildren.
Yeah,
and you start respecting the man. You stop listening. You turn off CNN just for like a few hours and listen to what the man has to say. And you know what? This guy is a respectful person. And all the comment you mentioned, you just mentioned before, stating that.
Abe.
Mr. Thomas, is that you?
Abe.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Ain't no way you really believe that, Abe. Abe. Like, there's no way you believe that.
Ain't no way, bruh.
I believe it 100%. I'm going to double down if you want me to.
Abe.
Oh, hell no!
Anyway, go ahead.
Ain't no way, bruh.
What did you mention? You mentioned something before that Trump said. It was at like a recent rally. What was it that you mentioned?
A lot. Wait, are you talking to me? Who, like,
protecting women? He was talking about.
Oh yeah. He said he's gonna protect women whether they want him to or not.
Right. That's a complete lie. You should play the song you just played before. You should play it again.
Okay. Do you know what rally I'm referring to?
Yeah. I actually just saw it on the news, and it was completely taken out of context. He was not talking about abortion. He was not talking about.
I didn't say he was.
Okay, but what did you think he was talking about?
Listen, so
it was completely taken out of context. I would urge you to
wait.
Hey, the host is talking.
So I'm not taking anything out of context. He was talking about how he says that he's going to protect women, and then the people around him say, "Sir," as he likes to say, "Sir, you can't say that." And he was like, "Why? I'm gonna do it." And it's like, "Well, they're saying that they don't like it when you say that." Well, he said, "Well, I'm gonna do it whether the women like it or not." So he was talking about the way that he was actually making those statements and people not liking it. And yes, the Harris campaign did take that cut and flip it and put it in an ad with other things, but that's not what I was talking about. But regardless, it was super creepy because I heard someone say, like, isn't that the life of a woman? Like, you have a man telling you they're gonna do something whether you want them to do it or not, and you have no choice but to quote unquote accept it. Like,
It's
you
very
don't think
on
that's
brand.
exactly, Abe? You don't think that's weird?
It was given grab and
Listen,
batter.
I urge you to please just watch, instead of listening to the clips of what you see on the news, just go to YouTube, find the clip, find out where he said it, and just watch the full minute.
So
That's all I ask you to do, okay?
listen. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna give the conversation to Lelina because this isn't my conversation, right? Abe, I know your candidate better than you, and the reason why I say that is because unlike many Trump supporters, I watch every Trump rally, and it melts my brain. It hurts to do it, but I watch everything that Trump puts out because I am a firm believer in, if I'm going to have this conversation, then I need to be able to understand what he's saying. So yes, I do know the context. I do know I know what he says, but I also know what he actually does. So I know your candidate better than you do. Whether you think that I don't or whatever, I genuinely do because I consume a lot of information from both sides. But anyway, this isn't my conversation. This is Alina's conversation. So I'm gonna pass it to Alina. Alina, do you feel safe and protected?
I don't have anything to work with because he didn't really explain how Trump is respected or respectful. So I'm still waiting on that. He just said, watch the speeches and then you'll listen and respect him. Like that, you can't define something with the word you're trying to define.
Okay. I think he when someone says something and we noticed from the previous years in presidency that when he says something and he actually does what he says. He said he's going to build a wall and he does it.
He didn't.
That's something.
He said Mexico was going to pay for it and they didn't.
Okay.
He said he was going to repeal and replace Obamacare and he didn't.
Okay, he put it through Congress. Congress didn't pass it, but it was an attempt.
So he didn't. Attempts.
Okay,
Wait.
I mean, a president.
Santana, question. Do we get points for shot attempts?
Hold on, Abe. Abe, hold on 1 second, because I would like to hear Alina's question. Go ahead.
Do we get points for shot attempts?
No, we don't.
Okay.
And in the famous words of an amazing black philosopher, almost doesn't count. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
If you know, you know.
I do know.
I know
it's my time. I mean, I'm still waiting for you to explain.
Okay, I mean, when I think when someone pulls through, someone says he's going to do something and he actually pulls through and doesn't switch his mindset like
that would make someone
like
reliable,
Kamala every
not respectful.
5 minutes. He's a president to be respected. He's also, like I stated before, he's a feared man. A feared man can go many ways. There were no wars during his presidency. You know why? Because he's feared. He feared that if Russia started invading Ukraine,
that's not true.
Russia,
I'm gonna let you finish.
They were
cooking.
already.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish cooking, but I was told to have to call out misinformation or things that happened. So no, that's not true. But anyway, finish demonstrating everything.
It's not true that the Russians started.
They were already
Ukraine
in the
during
Ukraine.
the Biden presidency.
They were already in the Ukraine since 2014. They annexed Crimea in 2014.
Oh, so you're telling me there was a war?
There was a further escalation under Trump. Yes. We were also in Yemen. We were in Afghanistan still. What about those?
Give me a break, okay? Look how many millions of people are dying, and don't tell me
that. Give you a break for what? You're the one that just said that. Hey,
no,
hold on.
You're telling me the Russians were in Ukraine since 2014.
Hold on.
May I ask a question?
Go right ahead.
And I'm so sorry, Alina, to interrupt. You might enjoy this question. Management, I apologize in advance. Kay, I apologize in advance also. But Abe, how do Trump's nuts taste?
Oh, wow. Also, Erica, my mom watches this live.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Jones.
Listen,
My apologies.
Listen, my mom
apologies.
literally watches these lives. Guys, keep it
Oh my
very
God.
respectful. But Abe, yeah, wipe your mouth.
How they taste?
Why is everyone acting so sassy over here?
Because
I am
sometimes we're sassy.
The hell? I am sassy. Okay. Someone
like
said I
being a
had a
little
radio
sassy
voice. I
sometimes.
just told him it was because I wasn't yelling or cursing someone out yet. But yeah, I want to know how they taste, bro. God
Somebody said, sorry,
damn.
Santana's mom.
Good grief. Okay, I'm gonna go back on mute, y'all.
Okay.
God
Abe, yeah, we got to call out misinformation. Alina, you got it.
I mean, I already went through it, truly, and he's not feared. The only people that respect him are dictators, like the Hungarian leader. He likes him. Putin likes him. That's suspicious. That's weird.
Putin does love him some Trump, and Trump loves him some Putin. Hey, Abe, why does...
Where do you get that information from that Putin loves Trump? I think Putin fears Trump. I don't think he loves him.
Okay. Yeah, no, Chris has his hand up. I could...
Go, Chris. Go, Chris.
Did y'all hear
right.
management laughing in the background? Did y'all hear
Yeah,
that?
so I want to defeat this narrative real quick first with one very powerful example that Trump claimed was going to. Let's start with North Korea, right? Now, and I'm going to quote three sources that all say the same thing, right? VOA, DOD, the embassy. So one of the titles of the sources is literally North Korea tests more missiles violating pledges to Trump. So when Trump took that cheesy picture across the DMZ, right? They made a promise with Kim Jong-un that they would never do long-range ballistic missile testing. But here comes them a month later after they shook hands together, right, that they started doing it again. And the only thing that the U.S. government has said, we are aware of reports of missile launch in North Korea and are continuing to monitor the situation. So this defeats the narrative that that's actually kind of funny. Yeah. So that defeats the narrative that he's actually feared. Secondly, right, Kremlin report N7, one of the most recent correspondents, right, from the Russian government, says, quote unquote, we cannot wait for Trump to get reelected because he is easily manipulated, right? That's not a sign of fear. So we have Kim Jong-un shaking hands with Trump and then still firing missiles. We have the Russian government saying that they cannot wait for Trump to get back in office. And the things like the Kurt Strait incident happened when Trump was president, which was a large-scale assault of Russia blowing up Ukrainian ships over the Kurt Strait, which resulted in 3 ships getting blown up, 26 Ukrainian sailors getting executed, and 26 people getting taken hostage. And even the UN said it was one of the largest maritime incidents. And all the government said at the time, Pompey and Trump, we are continuing to monitor the situation. Thank you.
Danke. So let's do this real quick because I want to actually introduce the new people on the panel. So let us do this. So hold on one second because I know we've already introduced technically. Yeah, we've already introduced Sex Bomb, so we're going to come to you as well. But Zoe, how are you this evening, my friend?
Hi. I'm good. I'm Australian. I wish I could vote for Kamala. I popped up, if you let me, because I thought it'd be helpful for Abe to hear the global perspective of how Trump is viewed all over the world from major leaders. He is an international joke.
Well, I'll just say this, partner, and howdy, partner. Normally, I would say no, but howdy, partner. Erica has already prefaced it, and we wanted to go ahead and give you that floor, so I will let you share that with Abe, and then howdy, partner, and then we're gonna have to drop down after that. But the floor is yours, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. Chris did steal a lot of the things I was going to say, but specifically, there's a website you can look at and where it's a place where people from all other countries around the world can vote as if they're voting in the American election. And I think you would be staggered to see that overwhelmingly, it's like 98% of people from all over the world. And you can go into Christian men in this country, atheist men in this country. No one around the world would want to vote for Trump. Undeniably.
Polymarket's a world view.
Polymarket is a betting platform that is funded by right-wing extremists, and the market statistics have been blown out of proportion by 5 specific billionaires who have placed the odds.
Interrupt her.
If I had several million dollars.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Zoe. I'm sorry. And I did say, for the people that are correcting me, I did say Zoe. So who you gonna believe?
You didn't.
Who you gonna believe, me or your lying ass ears? Anyway. Abe, my friend, Zoe has the floor, not you. Don't come off mute until she finishes. Come on, let's try to remain respectful.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was like a conversation that like we could both talk to each other.
It's not at the moment. Again, Zoe is Australian, which howdy, mate. Right? Is that how I say it?
Oh my god.
Sure, that's fine.
Put some shrimps on the barbie. I'm sorry.
We call them prawns, they're not shrimps.
Gonna put some prawns on the barbie.
Much better.
Anyway, no, listen. Somebody said stop it. She has
Can
the floor right now.
No, fact check.
No,
Can I fact check something while I'm
not until she's done. Just let her say what she wants. We're giving her the floor at the moment. This isn't something we normally do, but Zoe has the floor. I apologize. Nobody else to say anything. Zoe, the floor is yours.
No, you're all good. Abe, if I had $10 million, I could put it on Polymarket and completely sway the statistics on that, and it would honestly give Kamala the lead on there. So it's not really a reputable place in which you can base your understanding of how the world views the election. Also, betting markets, inherently, you want the house to always win. So there is incentive for Polymarket to rake in the money and take advantage of extreme right-wing people who truly are delusional and believe Trump is going to win, but that's neither here nor there. World leaders have come out and spoken about their time being in world conferences of world leaders and spending time with Trump, including the Australian Prime Minister and ex-Australian Prime Minister. That's the equivalent of like your president. It's the leader of the country. And he said, and I can find the exact quote if you want, it was really, really weird to see Trump and Putin in a room together. Trump was like a year 6, which I don't know what the equivalent in America is, but like the youngest of high school following around Putin as if he was the quarterback or an amazing sportsman, and just basically mouth open, gagged, obsessed, fanboying over Putin. He's not respected. He's not feared. We laugh at him. All of our news shows have videos of Trump being absolutely delusional and off his rocker. And I think you need to consider that that's the perspective of the world. Like, it's not realistic. Your weird echo chamber you exist in where you think Trump is the Lord. Sorry, I know I'm meant to be polite.
Jeebus.
But he is seen as an autocrat, a fascist who's going to undermine your democracy. And it's not just talking points. You can look at the points of fascism and he aligns with every single one of them. And the rest of the world, all 14, and the rest of the world is watching in fear for you, because we know that chaos will erupt if Trump is elected. And you are too blind to see that. And so I really implore you to do research and understand his impact.
Oh.
Sorry, I got a call.
No
As an
worries.
Australian, I think I fundamentally would know more about Trump's policies and your political system than you're claiming to be right now. And you can challenge me on that, you can ask me questions, but fundamentally, you are so obsessed with Trump that you can't see truth.
Yeah. I am. So
nuts taste like Cheetos.
Ooh. Hey, Zoe. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the perspective. I've literally seen different like studies where it's super interesting when other countries do like the fake U.S. elections, and how like people are voting for Kamala Harris at like a staggering rate for other countries, and they're just like, what are we doing here in the U.S.? So it's really interesting to have that perspective. So Zoe, I appreciate you so much for coming up and sharing that. I hope you give
Someone did it for you. Yay! Oh.
Holy crap. I almost said, oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm coming to join you, honey.
I'm coming. This is the big one. Holy smokes.
Was that Kay?
That was. Yeah, I was
That's
scared.
awesome.
That is scary. Woo, woo, that's scary.
What is wrong with you?
That is scary.
You sound just like the witch.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I apologize, Zoe. These people around here don't have like good sense. I don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to keep it very. Zoe, is this your first time watching us? Zoe?
No, it's not. I'm a subscriber. I've been in here like every night for a week, all up in the comments, being a menace.
Listen, Zoe, so you know, we like to keep it very mindful, very cutesy, very what?
Demure.
Very demure.
Hey.
Very mindful.
W's in the chat for Zoe. Hey. All right, Zoe. Listen, no, seriously. Thank you for coming up and sharing that perspective with us. And I am so happy that you're a part of our community, because that lets me know that we're growing in the right way, where we can reach all the way to Australia. And yeah, that just means a lot to me. So thank you so much for coming up and sharing that.
Thanks for having me. Kick me whenever.
Yeah.
Thank
Zoe,
you,
you're
Zoe.
welcome
Have a
back
great
as well. Now
week.
that I realize you're a subscriber, I mean, you get access to a fast pass, so you get to come up. So, but I appreciate you.
What time is it in Australia?
It's 4 p.m. where I'm at in Melbourne.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, you have a great day, Zoe. Thank you so much for coming up.
Have a great day.
Thanks for having me. Happy to talk about pew-pew violence as well, if you ever need.
Listen, that's going to be a conversation. Zoe, are you in the Discord?
Talk about that.
I am.
Did you see let's not talk about it, but did you see the announcement that I put in there today?
I did not, but I will go look now.
Ooh, go look in the special guest panel tab. See what that
And then
says.
Will do.
after you go look at it, then you should tell Santana that he should share the information.
No,
with his
I'm not sharing
co-host.
anything yet. It's only for subscribers. So
You can't keep a secret anyways.
my mom
You
used to tell
don't
me I can't hold water.
Yeah, you can't. You can't hold water.
Okay, thank you, Zoe.
All good. Bye.
Have a great night, love.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, because there are a lot of people in the queue, but I wanna
I gotta go. It's 1:00.
Okay.
Hey, where's my
Thank
doggy?
you so much, Alina.
Yeah, I've actually had to bounce out too,
Okay.
but you guys
Perfect.
have a good rest of your life.
I owe Erica a doggy. So
peace out.
Hey, look at the train!
You get all the cool stuff.
Come and ride that
Good
train,
night, Chris.
train.
Good night,
Come ride
Alina.
it.
Oh wait, she looked my dog.
Come and ride that train,
The
train.
train.
All
And
right.
ride it, choo choo.
All right, so this is what we want to do. If you are in the queue and you are voting for Trump, drop a me. Drop a me in the chat so I can go ahead and bring that in. I want to get a couple other Trump supporters to balance out the panel a little bit. So if you are in the queue and
Good
you're
night,
voting
Chris.
for Trump, drop a me. I got you. Also, Coop, you know how much I love you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for the train. And
You
that
get all
ain't the
the
Trump
cool
train.
stuff.
I know, right?
You do.
So real quick, Joe, how are you?
I'm gonna be like
I'm good, man.
big
How you doing,
sister
bud?
that cries in the
Wonderful,
corner.
wonderful. Joe, you said that you are voting for Trump, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the biggest reason why?
The biggest reason why, just to disagree with your previous guest, is foreign policy.
Okay, perfect. Go back on mute for me just one moment. And we're trying to get Alina with the puppy to show Erica. In the meantime, guys, W's in the chat for
Shay's
Corey.
here.
Yes, she is. W's in the chat for Corey for the $5 donation. W's in the chat for Phil, who said sent a $5 and sent that that is participation trophies. So guys, we are still only $105 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. So guys, the best way to actually support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to actually support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And please don't forget about Erica, because I have not heard her call out a thank you yet. So Let's do it. Like,
Look
there's
at the
almost
doggo.
900 of us in here, where if 145 people send
He
$1, we
is.
can knock that out. So,
He is a sleepy boy. Look at him. That's a big
oh,
one,
look at the
too.
whale. Dive in the whale. The
so
whale. Okay.
Thank you so much, Alina.
Thank you.
I love doggos. So cute. Thank you,
Thank you
Alina.
for the
Hope you
whale,
get some rest,
Tashay.
love.
I said it right this time.
Tasha.
That's what I said. Tasha. Listen, I swear to God, I was practicing that all day, and I had so much confidence in it. Tasha. Yeah, that's what I said.
That's not what you said.
I swear to God, I was at the gym practicing that.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, I was. Okay, Alina, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alina. You're the best.
Yeah.
Get some rest, love.
I did not say it wrong the first time.
You did, but let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We move.
All right.
Let's get one other person in. One other person.
It better
in.
not be Drizzy.
Is there any other? Well, yeah. Anyone else that's in the queue right now? I did not get it wrong, Forrest. Anyone else in the queue that is voting for Trump? Anyone else in the queue that is voting for Trump that we can bring in? Drop a me. Whatever, Dr. Jace. Trump is bae. You're not a Trump supporter. W's in the chat for Ruth for sending $20 to the nightly donation goal. Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just go ahead and bring someone in because I don't see anybody. Let's take a shot at one of the random people that I don't know. Oh, no.
I said anyone but Drizzy.
You shouldn't have called his name. Drizzy in the building.
Fucking Beetlejuice.
What up, Drizzy?
Hi, Drizzy.
What's up?
Drizzy.
Man, the hate is so real in this room, bro.
Thank you,
Like,
Tasha, for the $10, love.
Exactly.
W's for Tasha.
W's in the chat for Tasha for adding $20 to the nightly donation. Thank you so much, Tasha. W's in the chat. Lots of massive W's for Tasha. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. So, the TikTok man, you have been waiting, and I appreciate you waiting. And since you've been waiting, I'm actually going to give the floor to you. We have Frenemies, we have Joe, we have Abe, and we now have Drizzy, who are all voting for Donald Jimothy Trump in this upcoming election. Who would you like to have a conversation with?
I will go. I could take any one of them, but I did have something to address to frenemies. So I guess that's probably the best one to go with.
You and Frenemies.
All right. So I set the subject.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Okay. So I noticed a while back. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Frenemies was talking about. You were talking about Pence. We brought up Pence because we were talking about the role of vice president, and they were saying, "What did Pence do?" And Frenemies went to the point where he was like, "Oh well, Pence didn't. Well, he did. He was a traitor against him and then he was cut off, and he was going to talk about." Trump and January 6th, which for most Trump supporters is a very, very sore subject.
I didn't say he was a traitor.
Horribly. And I'm not finished.
I didn't say he was a traitor, though.
I'm not finished.
Hold on, Frenemy. Let him finish, and then we will give the floor to you.
January 6th is a horrible, horrible subject for Trump supporters. And when you bring it up, they tap dance, they move around, they go, "What about this? What about that?" They do all types of things because they don't want to talk about January 6th. And that's why I said I could take anyone up here just with January 6th alone. But just to cover a couple things, I'm going to land this plane real quick here. First of all, I want to dispel this. Biden is very healthy. They wouldn't let him be president if he was sitting around there. They just want to paint the picture of him being, an invalid and everything. He used to say the same thing about Reagan, too. He's the president. He's been doing an excellent job. He brought us back out of the recovery. History will show that Biden's policies on Ukraine is being genius because he depleted the Russian army with no U.S. soldiers and on 1/8 of what we spend on the military. But immigration, I'm going to dance around here. I'm going to do the Trump weave here real quick. Immigration should be framed for mass deportation because what that affect financially and the attack that he is instituting on this country by having our police involved in mass deportation would destroy this country. So Elon Musk talks about it as well too. It's how horrible it really is. But those are the key things. Republicans brought about Trump to us. So that's why I blame Republicans. I am not brainwashed. Republicans brought us Trump. And that's why Republicans are to bear. They had ample opportunity to get rid of Trump, and they did not. So they are the reason, and they are the ones that actually fear actually fear Trump. They actually fear him. No one else does. We fear his incompetence. We don't fear him. The rest of the world is showing that as well, too. They don't fear Trump. They fear just how bad of a president he is because he's always been bad at everything. I always say Trump is the Eric Trump of Fred Trump. Okay, he's the mess up. He is the mess up.
You did not, TikTok man. I have never heard that one in my life.
I did.
He said
I certainly did.
He said he was the Eric Trump.
As always. Sorry, go ahead.
Damn.
He's always been the worst. He's always been a failure. Everything he touches fails. He even fails at crime. That's why he got caught. Most criminals don't, he fails in marriage. He always fails. So he's trying to get us to go bankrupt like him, this country to go bankrupt just like him, like he does with his other businesses that have failed. And the rest of the world is like, no, we don't want to do that. He lost already. We said no once. He lost already. Why would we pick him again? Did he get better presidency? Did he get better at it? No, he did not.
Okay, TikTok man.
Okay, and then one more thing, and I'm about to land it. One more thing. It's a double standard that they put him up against terrorists and the way they covered it. Switch his record, everything that he's done, everything he said. January 6th, dictator on day one. Abe, that's why he's a fascist. Dictator on day one. Look at all of that and then put her name as what he's done. So she's got 3 marriages. She's been convicted of sexual SA. She's all this. It's a double standard.
We got to land and play. Okay.
Thank you.
Can I respond to that, please?
Yeah, because Frenemy ran. Listen, you put it on Frenemy so bad, he ran.
I burned him.
It'll be literally 15 seconds.
Abe, listen, you could take the entire floor now.
He ran.
Okay. I want it to be more of a back and forth. I'm not going to go on like a 10-minute rant.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You stated that the one thing that Trump supporters want to, beat around the bush. You didn't use that term, but I forgot the term you used, but is the January 6th event. Now, my question to you is like this. What did Trump do on January 6th? Tell me everything he did that caused this horrible event to happen.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with Roger Stone in as the lead on this, he actually got the Proud Boys that was their main attack front. And you need to go to the Wikipedia page to read about the self-coup. This is what this is called. It's called a self-coup. It's when you're in power and then you try to maintain power. And that's what he's going to do. That's why he gets the fascist label. All of these point to it. So he got the Proud Boys. He went down to the lifts. He gave his speech, so he riled the crowd up to go down there. His goal was to wipe out Congress so that they could not certify the election. And when Pence, scared because he knew he was going to be roped outside, refused to go along with that, and this is over the course of the 2 hours that he did nothing to quell this at all. And this is why he's going to get convicted of this. He sat back and allowed this crowd to go down and hopefully wipe out Congress. And they only left because the National Guard showed up. So that's what he did.
That is completely false. Everything you stated is false. That had nothing to. I don't know where you brought up Trump's intentions to completely eradicate and take over and stay in office. Like where did you pull that out from? I never heard that anywhere.
He said the election was fraudulent.
Okay, but he went to the trial. He don't want to stay.
And he said you have to go into Congress and fight, and I'll be there with you. You watched January 6th, right?
He wanted all Trump wanted.
How do you know what he wanted?
This is where.
How do you know what he wanted?
Hold on.
This is where
hold on, because I actually want to hear what Abe thinks that Trump wanted. Abe,
okay,
what did he want?
I'll tell you what I think. I watched everything in January 6th. I watched it unfolding. I do think it was a terrible, terrible event. And I'm in no way, I'm condemning every bit of what happened on January 6th. But what I am not condemning is blaming everything on Trump. This is what liberals and this is what the media have implanted into everything Trump does. Everything is somehow his fault. I just want what I saw. I'll tell you what I thought. I want to respond to whoever asked it. What I thought Trump's goal was on the day of January 6th. There were items that happened throughout the election that raised red flags. There were things that were going on. There were videos going around. You can't deny that. Not everything, it could be that people were exaggerating, but at the end of the day, there were things happening.
Hold on, because I can't hear E. What'd you say?
I'm just saying. He said 15 seconds. He did.
No. Someone told me I could have the floor and
Did you see that?
And I could say whatever I want. Someone just wait, wasn't it you, Santana? Didn't you say you have the floor? You can say whatever you want. Or was it someone else?
Oh, Erica's the co-host, so she has the floor over your floor. Like she's on the floor.
But no, I was just saying
it's like a 2-level dance floor, so she's on top, like hitting a Dougie on you. Anyway, go ahead, E.
Teach me how to Dougie. So anywho, no, you literally said when you started that it was just going to take 15 seconds, but you just kept on going.
And then someone said, don't speak for 15 seconds, take it away. So that's what they did.
I was just making some commentary. That's all. You take a long time.
Like,
and do his nuts taste like
Cheetos? Can I just finish my point? It will take
I mean, it's just, it's weird. I'm not even gonna
Why is it weird? Why don't you want to hear the other side?
You're obsessed.
If you don't listen to what the other side has to say, then you're kind of like.
Hey, Abe, did you watch Day of Rage?
Is that a Netflix series?
It's the YouTube docuseries about January the 6th, and it's a first-hand account from different videos. And who, Corey? Corey, who? Corey, who? All right. So what just happened is one of our subscribers, Corey, just used a monthly kick. So for those who don't know, Drizzy know, because Drizzy's a subscriber. But what just happened
is kicked all the time.
Yeah. But what happened is, thank you for the heart, me. With being a subscriber, you get access to not only a fast pass to come up on the panel and also to the Discord, but you get access to a monthly kick where if someone is talking and you don't like what they're saying, you have the ability to type in kick. And as long as there's a person who is of the same position on the panel with them, i.e. we have Joe, we have Drizzy, both of them are Trump supporters, and they have been on the panel for at least 10 minutes, then you get kicked. So guys, if you would like to get yourself one of those lovely kicks, go ahead and become a subscriber, and you can actually get all of those good things. E.
I just have two things, and then of course we'll move on with the conversation. I'm kind of sad because he never answered my question. I really wanted to know.
Yeah, and
did they taste like Cheetos, and what kind of Cheetos? Is it the cheesy jalapeno ones, or is it the fire ones, the hot ones, the hot Cheetos? I haven't had those in like 2 years, by the way. The hot Cheetos, like what kind of Cheetos did the man nuts taste like? Because he was gargling them. I don't understand that. I'm sorry, Santana. I see it in your eyes.
It's getting kind of weird. It's getting kind of weird.
I was just wondering because, like, golly, Jesus, I've never seen someone fanboy so hard for Trump. That was insane.
That was a little weird.
Also peculiar. Yeah. Also, one more thing. I like the flower gift, the one that dances on your head. I don't ask y'all for much. If someone sent those, they'll just make my night. Then yeah. But I appreciate you guys. Good.
Thank you for the heart, me.
Thank you, Corey, for dropping him. I appreciate you so much.
Also, listen, so, hey, Silky, thank you for the sub. Silky said, I'm going to get me one of those kicks. Silky said, I'm going to get me a kick. Silky, you plan on kicking somebody? Abe, listen, you can't come back up tonight. Abe, you got to wait until tomorrow. You can come back tomorrow, but you can't come tonight. They used the kick on you. Drizzy, tell him he can't come back tonight.
Yeah, not tonight.
Yeah, that's what he said, bro.
All right, real quick. W's in the chat for Phil. Phil added $5 to the nightly donation goal, and Phil unfortunately can't. So Phil said, "Can Abe answer the question? Is Trump smart or nah? Is he is he intentional or nah? Does he know what he's doing or nah? Is he a genius or does he just say stupid stuff?" The combo is ever changing. Yeah, so W's in the chat for Phil. Yeah, I'm sorry, Phil. You're not going to be able to get your question answered from Abe tonight. So, with that being said, hey Mutang.
Shishira.
Hey, what you got for us?
I was wondering why the Black Historians gifts are so low.
Howdy, partner. That's a good question.
That's all. Well, and we need to clear this goal out because y'all got like 40 minutes and we're not too far off. So yeah, if y'all could clear that out, that would be great. As usual, it's much appreciated. Run the Black Historians gifts up, hit Erica's pay links, tap the screen, share the live.
Yeah.
Do all the things. There we go. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks. Thank
Please,
you,
before I
Wu-Tang.
forget, thank you so much, Wu-Tang. Corey, thank you for the $5 Venmo. She said the hot ones. You know it burns when he speaks.
Oh no.
Yeah. Corey, you are suddenly my favorite person.
Yes. Thank you so much, Wu-Tang.
I appreciate it. Then she's salty.
Have a good one. We love you, Wu-Tang.
Love you, Wu-Tang.
I love y'all.
Yeah, to Wu-Tang's point, listen, guys, we're so close to all of our goals, right? We're at 417,000 likes, so if we can get like 15 minutes of power tapping, we can go ahead and hit that 500,000 likes and knock that out the park. And we're only $60 from closing out our nightly donation goal. There's almost 900 of us hanging out here, so if just 60 people send $1, just $1, we can knock this out completely. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. It's the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, the entertainment, the education, then please consider donating. And please don't forget about Erica, because Erica has been doing work up here tonight. Thank you, E.
It's a pleasure.
Yep.
It's a pleasure.
So let's do this real quick. Megan, how are you this evening?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Wonderful. Megan, who are you voting for in this upcoming election, and what's the biggest reason why?
Kamala. Obviously, I'm a woman. I believe in my, right to choose.
I know that's right.
I'm in Arizona, so we have AB rights on our Constitution, like on the ballot.
AZ, vote yes on Prop 139.
Yep, and no on everything else.
There you go.
Anyway, but it was interesting. My question to Abe would have been, why did he name the rally Stop the Steal? Because that in itself implies certain things that would make it clear that things needed to be stopped.
Yeah,
and
no, listen. I'm convinced that Abe would, I don't think, there's no way Abe was a real person. I don't care what nobody say. There's no way. But okay, perfect. Thank you, Megan. And Alex, how are you this evening, my friend?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Wonderful.
I'm from Florida, and I was a voter for Trump twice. I am going with Kamala Harris. I know.
You just made me clutch my pearls, Alex.
Right. I'm a registered independent. I always have been since I first could vote. But just the hypocrisy and January 6th, and then Ivanka Trump coming out and saying that I'm not going to be supporting him. I'm like, your own daughter doesn't even want.
No, Ivanka said, when did that happen? Did I miss that?
That happened. I know. So it was really low key. So I know a lot of people don't know about it. So after January 6th came out, or January 6th came out. That's a bad wording. When January 6th happened, she posted on Instagram, and of course, I wish I would have had it, but she said that she would no longer be with her father politically, and that she would like to live more private, and that's why you don't see her with him. And it's
Okay,
so
see, I
funny
knew
how
that.
they really don't show the children as much as they did, each other campaign. But yeah, she didn't want to be with him, which is sad because she did a lot. Like, I will say, like, she was very pro family, pro STEM, and I think that was awesome. And I think she level-headed him a lot in some stuff, and I think, like, when I was like, your own daughter doesn't want to be associated with you politically, I was just like, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But I've been on other lives, and what's so funny is, like, I am super respectful. Of course, I do not 100% agree with everything that Kamala Harris is. You can't. I mean,
No,
you really
absolutely.
can't. You can't. That being said, the hate that I get, this woman comes on and calls me a little girl, and I sound young, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And even the other people in the chat that are pro-Trump will, like, defend me because they're like, hold on, she's been respectful. But that's the problem. Like, they have these people that insist and just, like, they want hate. And I'll go on to a pro Kamala Harris chat, and I don't see anyone, like, going after and being nasty and just being, like, calling names just because you don't agree with them. It's like, it's insanity.
Yeah, no, listen, I think that there's a certain level of respect that has to be had. And now, again, I'm always here for some good fun. And you know what, if you know me, if you watch me, if you guys know, I'm gonna get them jokes off regardless, if nothing else.
And is.
But it has to be funny.
Exactly, but, like, there's no point in being hateful or mean or whatever. Like, I'm not for that. But anyway, thank you so much, Alice. Go on mute for me just one moment, please. All right, and massive W's in the chat for Richard. Richard sent a $5 donation to add to the nightly donation goal. So, guys, we're only $55 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. There's 850 of us watching. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links in the bio. We only need $55 to take care of this nightly donation goal. Schmexbomb, you have been waiting super patient. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, E.
It's okay, guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
My apologies. You can call me
Boom Boom.
You all can call me Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
You know what? I stopped. I put the Newports down. I thought my voice was back. Anywho, we're in a sub wave. We need 3 more subs to hit our sub goal. Also, STP, you asked the question, do the monthly kicks, like, roll over to the next month?
They do not.
You get one a month. you get
cannot
one a
collect
month, but I
monthly
understand
kicks.
the question. No, guys, no, I did not smoke Newports. If you are new
She
here,
smoked Virginia Cool.
I lost my voice last week,
Virginia
and my
Slim.
voice is now back. What else was I gonna say? Oh, I think that was it. But yeah, that's it. Oh, shout out to Victoria for the $25 Cash App. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Victoria.
W's. Okay. Jeff, the floor is yours. We have Drizzy, we have Joe. Both of them are voting for Donald Trump in this upcoming election. Who would you like to have a conversation with?
I'm not sure what either of their positions are in terms of voting for him, but let's go try Drizzy.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Okay.
Shall I start?
Yeah, Drizzy, you're there. So
Yep. What's up, bro?
So let me preface this with saying, and I saw someone say this. Well, Drizzy hasn't been on the panel for 10 minutes yet, but also Drizzy is a subscriber. So just for everybody else, FYI, if you guys are trying to kick Drizzy, it takes 2 subscribers to kick 1 subscriber. So Drizzy has immunity. So it takes 2 subscribers. W's in the chat for Harry for subscribing. Anyway, yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. Well, we all know that one guy, Abe, is gone, who said that Trump was so respectful. And my question to most Trump supporters is, they say they don't want to be lumped into one big category. They say they don't want to be called racist, or they don't want to be called all these other things. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
Oh no, if you're looking at me, I'm sorry. I get messages
Oh,
and
okay.
everything else. And also let me. I just found out, Drizzy, you actually don't have your monthly kick right now because you got kicked last time. So you are, just so we level set with you, you are fair game with one kick right now. So I just want to make sure I let you know. But anyway, go ahead.
But what has been said and what has not been said about Trump or not been done, to me, is the very reason people feel the way they do, that feel that way about Trump supporters. Donald Trump, since the presidency or since the beginning, has told over 33,000 recorded lies, including the coronavirus.
C19, C19.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you couldn't say that. This is my second
Yeah,
time on a TikTok.
no worries.
Apologize.
Let me just run through this real quick because there are certain words that you want to be mindful of, and it helps
Okay.
protect the live. So C19, Smurder, Unalive, AB, Mustache Man, Snot C, those type of things.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. No matter how many lies, he's still a Christian. No matter how inappropriate he is with women, that does not seem to be enough. His dishonest business dealings, including the convictions for tax fraud, but he's still not considered a thief, and that doesn't make him ineligible. The racist things that he says about people, and this is not the media, this is what he has said with his own mouth and what we've heard with our own ears. And he's talking about putting into policies and disregarding, like with the Haitians, he's talking about deporting them in Springfield, Ohio, although most of them are here legally. The insurrection, how people have written that off, but he's still not a traitor and considered ineligible. What bottom do they have? And my question is, that's my problem with them. They seem to have no bottom, but then yet most of them want to talk about God and Christianity. Not to say even at that Christianity is the only religion, but they claim that most of them claim Christianity. I thought liars went to hell. I thought
so.
That,
yeah.
I mean, like I say, and there seems to be no bottom.
Yeah,
and what I've done is just named a scratch the surface. No, I haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So Drizzy, I guess the best way to sum that up is Jeff's question is, where's the line for Trump? Where's your line?
What line are you referring to, Santana? I mean, this country was founded on Judeo-Christian ideologies.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh my God! It wasn't.
It was founded on the freedom of religious persecution. It wasn't founded on a specific religion. And
because people were being persecuted before their religion, correct?
Exactly, because most of the founding fathers were atheists.
Not atheists.
That's what I'm going. I'm sorry. He touched on so many subjects. I mean, where do you want to start?
That's why I said no, Drizzy. Just to sum up what Jeff was saying, basically, where's your line when it comes to Trump? Like, what? I guess the best way, and Jeff, you correct me if I have this wrong. What can Trump do to lose your vote?
Right. If the insurrection. If he mentioned Christianity, well, if grabbing women by the blankety doesn't do it, if talking the way about women that he doesn't do it, if lying doesn't do it, in the name of Christianity, what is the line? Because I was raised a Christian, and I had some definite lines in our house, and there were lines that when I crossed. Beaton came along because that was the consequence. So what is the whipping point for Christians to Trump?
Look. So if you were raised in a Christian household, do you agree with half the thing that the Democratic candidate is referencing? She mocked Jesus Christ, bro.
That's not true.
No.
Yes, it is true, sir.
Okay, hold on. Hold on one second, Jeff, because I have to correct disinformation or misinformation. So. No, she did not mock Christianity. You're referring to her speech at the rally when you heard her say, not here when somebody said Jesus is Lord. Is that what you're referring to, Jersey?
Correct, bro. Correct.
So that was an edited video. There's multiple unedited videos. There was hecklers in the crowd, and they were saying lies, lies. And she said, "You're at the wrong rally. You're looking for the smaller one that's down the street." And there were two young guys that were in there, and they left out. They recorded an additional video and edited over that and played and said that they were saying Jesus is Lord, and she was like, "You're at the wrong rally" or whatever. But that's edited. It's been disproven. It's a simple Google search, and you can see
Where
the
are you pulling that from, Santana? Where are you pulling that from, bro?
Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up. I promise you, it's a simple Google search.
Can I clarify that my political position is without regard to religion, because I don't believe that in this country, no matter what your religion is or not, that should go into decision making. It is the Trump supporters who always bring up Christianity and righteousness and how Trump represents that. So I'm trying to find out where he represents it for them.
This is what I'm saying, brother. Do you understand that Christianity is the only religion that these people will play with? They will not do it with Islam, sir. They will not do.
W's in the chat for Smiley. Smiley just used her monthly kick on Drizzy. Drizzy didn't even get a chance to really talk.
No, you're not understanding.
I didn't want anybody kicked off. I really would like to. I would really like to hear. It is not an insult.
Wait, Jeff. No, hold on. Listen.
Here's the thing. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm so sorry, bro. So here's the deal. All right, Trump is bae, and Zoe basically were waiting for him to crash out. And in the middle of it, like mid crash out, was when I was supposed to drop him.
Oh, well, I just got the message on the back end and said that Smiley Eyes was using her monthly kick on Drizzy. So, yeah, that's what happened.
There's that.
Yeah.
Next time, guys, you know he'll be back. Tomorrow's Friday, so you know he'll be back.
Yeah, Drizzy, you know the rules, my brother. You can come back tomorrow. Listen, Drizzy didn't even really get to talk. He was.
I know, right?
I thought Drizzy was about to get ready to get ready to cook, but you know. W's in the chat to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for joining. Let's do this because we still have Joe.
Drizzy live.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, guys. We still have $55 left on the nightly donation goal. There's almost 900 of us watching, so we can definitely clear this out. We can definitely meet that goal of clearing that out. It's only $55 left. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24, and please don't forget about Erica, because I have not heard Erica say thank you to anybody in a long time. So please make sure we're taking care of the co-hosts. Yeah, guys, we're at also 464,000 likes. Can we get like 5 minutes of power tapping and get this thing up to 500,000 likes so we can go ahead and at least knock that goal out for now? So this is what I'm gonna do. The Black Historian, how are you?
Hey, Shay.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. So the Black Historian, we still have Joe over on the corner, and Joe is voting for Trump. But I don't think Joe has really gotten a chance to really share why. So I will let you discover why Joe is voting for Trump instead of Kamala Harris.
Go ahead, Joe.
Joe, are you there, my friend?
You can come off mute. This is the
Joe.
problem when you ask them to talk.
Let me hold on.
There you go.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There we go. Joe, so you were having a conversation. Oh, he said he's muted. I know, Joe, you were muted.
I thought y'all muted me. My bad.
No. So the Black Historian's here. I would like for you to explain to the Black Historian why you're voting for Donald Trump and why he's a better option for the country over Kamala Harris.
All right. So as far as I'm concerned, like just the progressive policies that have been put through and that they represent over the past, I want to say, maybe 4 years. That's definitely pushed me. There's just so many different things. Now,
What
listen.
progressive policy, Joe?
Okay, well, let's start with boys playing women's sports.
That's not a progressive policy.
Also, that's not a thing.
It actually is. There are a lot of
It's not a
of
policy.
Democrats that have voted in
It's not
favor
a
of it.
policy, sir. You're
Yeah.
just transphobic. But go ahead.
All right. Well, let's start with another. Like I said, originally foreign policy. We lifted sanctions to Iran to give them $10 billion, and now Iran is one of our biggest enemies in the world. And why would we give them money? Why would we give them money? Why would we lift sanctions to a country that hates us and wants to exterminate this country from the face of the earth?
Who
Why
gave
would we
them
do
$10
that?
billion?
The Biden administration. Look it up.
That was wasn't that? Hold up. I don't remember that. That was their own money. We were just holding it.
Exactly.
didn't
Why
give
would
them
we
money.
allow them to have that?
It
That's
was
why
their
they're called
money.
sanctions. That's why it's called sanctions.
You,
We
Trump
withheld that
has no
money
phone.
from
You
them
know,
for crimes that they terrorist crimes and terrorist organizations that they fund with that money.
T
So
word.
we
Sorry,
withheld
T
that money.
word. T word. Not T. Say T word, please.
T word. I apologize.
No worries. Good call. Thank you, the Black Historian.
Before I answer this, I just wanted to say thank you, Gil, for the $20 a Cash App. Thank you.
Debbie's in the chat for Gail.
I just wanted to say when they talk about 45's foreign policy, the only thing I remember him doing is cuddling up and talking about how much he loved Kim Jong Un and how and he has no foreign policy. None. He
But
just
actually he
he
does.
actually cuddles up to dictators such as Putin when they had that
That's
meeting.
all
I'm
rumors.
sorry.
Now,
I'm still talking.
okay.
Thank you.
You cut me off though, but go ahead.
Because you were lying, basically.
I'm not lying. I can prove
You are
that
lying.
they
Can
lifted $10 billion
somebody
worth
look
of
up
sanctions to
the?
Iran. They did lift $10 billion worth of sanctions to Iran. They did. That's a fact. That
Can
is a fact.
somebody look up why they gave that money to Iran?
There's no reason why they should have, regardless. That's our enemy.
I looked
There's
it
no
up.
good
Just
reason.
FYI.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Alex.
go ahead,
I
because
thought it
I'm
was their
looking it up
money.
right now.
Okay, so this is off of factcheck.org, and it says this is a quick take. It's just a quick take of this massive paragraph of summary, but it says a recent deal involving a prisoner swap and the extension of a Trump era waiver have freed $16 billion in previously frozen Iranian funds. Social media posts distort the sources of the money to falsely claim that Joe Biden gives $16 billion to Iran. The Iranian money has been unfrozen with restrictions that it be used for humanitarian purposes. Blah, I can talk.
Yeah,
and that's just the summary. There's if you go, there's paragraphs of
I'm looking
it,
at
but
that very thing. Yeah, it was agreed upon. Hey, Joe.
That was from Trump.
Joe.
Now he's gonna
Yeah, it
teacup and
started in
die. I mean,
2018.
unalive. He gonna leave.
Joe, we need you back here. Listen, Joe, if you can't see me, we can't hear you, my friend. Joe, come back. Joe,
I'm here.
He's gonna leave.
Okay,
He's
Joe.
gonna come back with an echo and then leave.
I don't. He's still
Yeah,
showing the
and it
teacup, but I
wasn't-
just heard him. Hey, Joe, can you still hear us?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah. Hey, Joe. Go ahead, E.
It wasn't even US money. It was a part of a sanction, but it was it allowed Iraq to transfer $10 billion to Iran and to deposit
Yes.
future payments into an Iranian bank account in Oman. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But yeah.
No,
What's the point?
Again, I think the biggest thing
What's
is
the point?
this was agreed upon. Trump agreed to this.
No, it happened in 2023. Trump wasn't even around.
Yeah,
in
it was
2020.
agreed. This
No, but
is
it
a deal.
So it says the money was from South Korea's purchases of Iranian energy products. It was held in the bank accounts after then President Donald Trump announced the withdrawal of the U.S. from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, better known as the Iran nuclear deal, in May 2018. Months later, the administration reinstated sanctions on Iran that were lifted after Iran agreed to the nuclear deal, which was negotiated by the U.S., China, France, Germany, Russia, the U.K., and European Union. Those sanctions included a partial ban on oil exports, and the next year, the Trump administration made it a total ban. The sanctions were also aimed at stopping transactions by foreign financial institutions with the Central Bank of Iran.
Yes.
And then 2019, Trump administration made the money in those accounts available to Iran for limited humanitarian purposes, although the banks didn't use the accommodation much due to the increased reporting it required. So, 2019, the Trump administration made the money in those accounts available. There you go.
She got RC Dubs
The
energy.
money did not go into Iran until 2023. Trump
Okay,
did
so
not
you're
release the
saying
funds.
okay, well, that's a
That's your
fact
source.
right there.
That's your source. I have a different source that says different.
What's
It's
your
a fact.
source?
What source do you have? Because we like sources around here.
And he's gone.
Well, he's going to look up his source. While he's doing that, Ultra Rare, how are you this evening, my friend?
It's called the FDD.
Hey, everybody.
Foundation for
Hold on
Defense.
1 second, Joe. Hold on 1 second, Joe. Ultra Rare, hey, just to verify, who are you voting for in this upcoming election? What's the biggest reason why?
I'm voting for Harris. For me, I like what the Biden-Harris administration did, addressing systemic racism within the USDA and the Farm Service Agency.
Perfect. Thank you so much, my friend. Go back on mute for me just a moment.
Blocks a key source of information.
Okay. And also, real quick before
Visible healing of their intestinal lining.
we get into, because you got some wicked background noise. Gail just sent a $20 Cash App for you and said that she doesn't have your Cash App information. Her information is in the bio, so I'm going to send you $20, but Gail sent you a $20 Cash
Gail.
App. W's in the chat for Gail.
Yes, big W's for Miss Gail. Thank you.
Absolutely. And guys, we still have $55 left in the nightly donation goal. There's 900 of us watching, so if 55 people just send $1, we can clear this out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And just like Gail, don't forget about Erica, because we want to make sure we take care of her as well. All right, Joe, you said that you have a source.
Yeah. If I go back to it, then it's going to make me echo. But
well, no. Okay.
.org.
And we can't hear, like, I can't hear you if you can't see me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So when you get the information, you have to like either write it down or remember it.
No. I got it. Okay. It's called Foundation for Defense Democracy, FDD.org.
That's the one I was just looking at.
What does it say, E?
That's the one that talked about it was a 10 million. So I know you guys were at the factcheck
10 billion, yes.
.org where it talked about the 16 billion in Iranian funds, but the one that he's looking at is talking about $10 billion in funds.
And that's what I said initially. Yeah, 10 billion, not 16.
I know, I'm not disputing you. I promise I'm
I'm not saying you are. I was just reiterating.
It says different reasons because Alex, she mentioned oil, and then this FDD article, it mentions that it was from Iraq, in regards to like basically to import electricity from Iran. So I don't know. I think some additional research is going to be needed to fully understand.
And again,
hold on
unless
Joe
tells us.
Hold on 1 second, because I saw free in the chat, and I want to bring free up. Free, did you have direct information on this that you could share?
Yeah, so
I thought you might have. Go ahead, Free.
It looks like two different things are being combined. Because there were two different events. There were the sanctions, and that was half of the money. And then the other amount was a prisoner swap that had something to do with Israel back in the day when when the H group actually had obtained some prisoners. The other portion of that is missing is actually prior to the Iran nuclear deal, when that was made, part of that deal was that gasoline was going to be obtained from Iran. And so member nations of the UN and of this nuclear deal, part of it was getting gasoline from Iran. And if you recall, Trump actually he put a threat out actually, and he only gave about 6 months for people to comply. And he said, after the Iran nuclear deal was voided, he said that if you did oil transfers from Iran, you would be sanctioned. South Korea was in a skin of a tooth from being sanctioned because everybody had 6 months to find a new oil source. Some of those people ended up going to Russia for the oil source. We know how that landed, right? And some people ended up using us and other nation allies. The issue of it is that part of the sanctions of that money that you're talking about, sir, is that it was precedent on the fact that they stick to the Iran nuclear deal. Once the deal is null and voided, which is a breach of contract, you have to give that money back. You are mixing. I just finished reading that site, and then I also checked to see who the authors were to see if it was a bipartisan site or if it was a left-leaning or right-leaning site.
There are none.
I'm sorry?
There are no bipartisan sites.
What do you mean?
Anymore.
You don't think DOD? Wait.
There are
Wait. You think DOD? Wait. Now say that again. It sounds like you just changed what you said.
He said there are no more bipartisan sites. Yes.
So you think DOD's site is bipartisan? Is not bipartisan?
You said DOD?
No. You said there are no bipartisan sites anymore. That's what you said.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe you can enlighten me.
No.
Did you mean bipartisan?
Hold on.
Bipartisan, yeah.
So I'm going to finish with this. There are bipartisan sites out there. Whether you like what they say or not, they do exist. Just because it hurts your feelings, your ego, your pride.
It doesn't. See, you haven't.
Sir, I'm talking. I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm talking to you in plural. You can be singular and plural. Just so you know. So
Everybody
just
can.
because.
Joe,
are you going to let me talk?
Let
Go
her
ahead.
finish, please.
Are you going to let me talk?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you're mixing three different things. That's what the issue is with that site. They're collaborating all that money together instead of looking at the sections of what it was compiled of. Part of that was the hostage. You guys nailed that. You did get that right. The other part was the breach of contract for the Iran nuclear deal. And the reason why some of that funds you will see go to South Korea, some of you will see go to Iraq, is because that is who is helping enforce the release of funds. The humanitarian aid, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but there were some famine issues going on in Iran. And that is partially because their sources of income had been cut down. Iran is not a super well budgeted country. So there's multiple reasons. I'm trying to read the rest of this article that you have on this FD site because it doesn't say all these reasons. I recommend that if you want the complete breakdown, you go to Department of State.
Okay, can I respond?
Wait, Joe.
Go ahead.
Be it Tony Blinken, be it Pompeo or Tillerson, they all have to write the report. And you can look at all three of their reports to see how it lines up. What you're doing is you're playing off a very old playbook of laziness.
Yeah, so let me.
You gonna let me respond, or?
Well, real quick, let me just say this because I wanna do this, and then I'll let you get into it. But I want to thank Linda. Linda, thank you so much for the $1 donation. That really means a lot to me. Massive W's in the chat for Linda. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. And also massive W's in the chat for Christina, who added $10 to the nightly donation. Thank you so much. Guys, we are only $44 away from closing out the nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. That's the best way to actually support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, And don't forget about Erica. Erica is here laboring on our behalf as well, so make sure we are taking care of her. One other quick call out is I changed the tap goal. Guys, listen, you guys did so well and knocked out that 5,000 tap goal, and we weren't overtime yet, so I said I'm going to go ahead and update it. So can we get like 2 minutes of power tapping? There's 875 people watching. 2 minutes of power tapping. Let's see if we can push this thing up to 600,000 before we end the live tonight. So we still, again, the nightly donation goal and now a new tap goal. E, you have some information for us.
Oh no, no, I don't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I just know.
Oh, E got
Sorry,
some.
my battery is dying. No, Joe was only talking about the 10 billion. He was talking about the 10 billion.
That was just
That
one
sanction.
reference I had. That was
Yeah, I
I
know.
made
That's
one
what I'm
point, and
saying. You were
then
just
I
talking about
think,
it.
yeah, Eric was trying to clear that up for you.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I know, and other people mentioned others like other things that happened, but I'm just like Joe was just talking about the 10 billion, so that's why he's referencing the FDD page, which is a nonpartisan
Hi, partner.
page.
Thank you.
It's nonpartisan. Again, guys, I do not like having to clarify or defend anything Trump.
Well, no, listen. I mean, that's what we're here for.
But it's only fair.
Yeah,
It's only fair.
like
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
fair.
that is fair.
We want to give accurate and clear facts. So we will do that. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I meant to read this off. Christina said, "Just found you recently and started following. I love your platform, and it was a pleasure to support you, Christina. That means so much to me. Thank you so much, and
Awesome.
also to us in our community. And also, W's in the chat for Valencia, who added $5 to the nightly donation goal. So now we're only $39 away.
Awesome. And I want Joe to be able to respond to Free.
Yeah, and I kind of want to tie this around because I know we got a couple
Yeah.
of people here that haven't
True.
been able to speak, and so I want to be able to let everybody else speak as well. So, Joe.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
Joe, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, the floor is yours. We wanted you to be able to tie that around, and then we're gonna try to get around to other people so we can have more
No, I got you.
conversation.
But as far as I was saying, like foreign policy, like it's common knowledge that the Democrat Party has been kind of looser on restrictions with Iran than the Republican Party. The nuclear deal was set forth by the Obama administration, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't restricted them from funding terrorist organizations that have attacked U.S. troops, so on and so forth. They are our enemy, correct? I mean, everybody knows
T-word. You have to say T-word, please.
T. I'm sorry.
And can you go back
I'm
and
good.
clarify that again? Can you just go back again and be more detailed when you state that? You said that the Iran nuclear deal was supposed to stop them from funding T groups. Can you give those T groups since you know what they are? Over.
Yeah, Hezbollah is number one. They've also funded Hamas, or the H word, amongst
During
many
the
other
time
ones.
of the nuclear deal. Please state that. During the time of
They've
the
always
nuclear
funded
deal
those groups.
being
They've been our
active.
enemy since before the Reagan administration. Iran has always hated the United States. They have always hated us. That's a fact. That's a fact. And making any deals with this country is beyond me. Okay, I'm an ex-serviceman. I'm a veteran. But again, this
Is he really doing this right now?
Yeah, we don't want to go too deep in that. Let's
No,
let's
I'm just
keep it
saying. But again,
So
and
it's
I will go
free.
to, I will go to other
Free
policies.
is former military as well. So thank you both for
Yeah,
your
no, that's
service.
great. That's great. But I'll go into other policies. I do not believe in the abortion ban. I do not.
AB.
I
Yeah,
do not believe in the AB. All right. January 6th was definitely a terrible moment in our history, and I do hold him somewhat responsible for that. Yes. All right. So I'm not a complete Trumper. I don't like a lot of things Trump does. I like the Republican Party, but I don't like the extreme Republican Party. But for me, the progressives, which I feel have taken quite a bit. I voted Clinton back in the day. He was weak on foreign policy. He was weak on certain things, but at that time, he was a better choice for me. Obama, I liked Obama. Again, weak on foreign policy. But what's going on today with the defund the police, just the progressive policies, anti-Israel, which is one of our biggest allies in the world, the United Nations, the fact that they're not paying their due as far as the Ukrainian war. I agree with the Ukrainian war. I do not want to end that. But why are we funding it 100% when Europe is the one that's the most vulnerable to the invasion? They should be paying more than we are.
They
And we're
are.
not-
Wait, hold on
they
a
are
second. So
not. You have
NATO is
Yeah, hold
based
on,
off.
hold on,
Wait,
hold
wait.
on, hold on. No,
Pause.
because
Pause.
yep, no, hold on,
If you
because
have
there's
information while I'm running this,
wait,
please tell me.
wait. There's a lot of people doing a lot of talking, and there's a lot of people that haven't gotten to do any talking, and so I want to give the people who haven't had an opportunity to do any talking a little bit of time to do a little bit of talking. All right. With that being said, Megan or Meg, can I call you Meg?
Please, it's actually Liz is more.
Liv? Is
Liz.
Liz?
Liz.
Liz.
Mega
Okay.
Liz.
Mega Liz. Okay. Liz. Joe said a lot. Is there anything from what Joe said, one specific topic that you would like to pull and have that conversation?
Well, he referenced UN, but I think he meant NATO, and I understand the misspoke, and I do that sometimes too. But they actually are paying more because it is based off of the GDP. And during Biden's administration, he is actually strengthened and had them pay more based off of the GDP. Their GDP, the country's GDP. So European countries like Germany are paying a lot more percentage-wise than we are, as is Italy, as is the UK. Anyway, that was just what I wanted to say.
Okay. All right. Perfect. 1 second, Meg. Ultra rare. Out of all the things that Joe said, and Joe, you're teacupping, so if you want to add anything to it, we won't be able to hear you. But ultra rare, was there anything that Joe said that you wanted to particularly speak to?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
So the United States has paid 93 billion as opposed to, I believe, 39 billion from Europe.
Oh, okay.
We've paid 93 billion and Europe has paid, I believe, 38 billion. The whole of Europe.
Yes, but the US has a much higher GDP than all of the European countries. What I was trying to explain was that they're paying a higher percentage based off of their GDPs.
But the war affects them way more than it affects us. And to me, I feel like, and we're also fighting another war and funding another country, which is Israel, to fight an enemy of ours. To me, again, I agree with the war in Ukraine, but I believe that Europe should be funding more than we are.
But they can't because they don't have as much money as we do. Again, it's based off of our GDP, and that's the thing is
I
that
understand
they have.
it's based off the GDP.
Wait, Joe.
I understand.
Let Liz finish her sentence.
But her point is that it's based off the GDP.
Joe,
I get it.
Joe, let Liz finish her sentence. Liz.
Okay, well, the thing is that technically they only need to pay 2% of their GDP to meet NATO regulations. But now Germany and other countries are paying much more than that 2%. And that has happened under Biden, not under Trump.
Trump demanded them to pay more. There was no war under Trump, so he couldn't demand them to pay more during war. But before
there
the war,
was. I mean, there was a lot of conflict in Ukraine. Crimea had been annexed. Donbass had also, actually, Donbass happened during Trump. again, there has been a lot of conflict.
Absolutely.
Trump was the
Trump.
first president to call them out. Trump was the first president to call them out for not paying their fair share of their GDP, and that is a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Hey, Joe Management sent a message, said you don't understand GDP. Anywho,
It's gross
okay.
domestic product. I do. I completely
I
understand.
mean, we didn't say you don't know what it stands for. We're just saying you don't understand what it means. But cool.
I,
Ultra rare.
I mean, it means the profit. It means the profit from the products that we produce. I do know what that means.
Got it. Ultra rare.
And the money we generate. I mean, it's
ultra rare. Thank you, Liz. Ultra rare. Was there something that out of the list of things that Joe named that you wanted to speak with him about?
Yeah, no matter what we did in terms of sanctions, it did not stop Iran from developing into ICBMs. It didn't stop them from developing the bunkers inside their mountains. It didn't stop them from enriching uranium. They're still going to do what they're still going to do. The money that was theirs that went back to them, it was to get them. It was a bid to get them to stop to enriching the uranium. They were going to do that either way, and look, they're still doing it now. Look at the type of weapons that they're using. It takes money to develop that, and just that small sum of 10 billion. That can go to just one program. But look at the drones. Look at the ICBMs. They're making their money. The problem is sanctions. They don't work anymore.
Joe, did you want to reply to that?
yeah. So what are we doing presently under this administration to stop Iran from funding terrorists or T's and doing what they're doing? I mean, they've been more emboldened under this administration than they were under the previous administration, and that's just and I don't see any sort of statements coming from this administration. In fact, they're trying to hold back Israel from attacking the nuclear reactors and the oil assets that Iran has, and they're trying to tell Israel to hold back. Whereas I believe Trump, and he said it, and I know Netanyahu believes it, that he would give them the power to go ahead and do what they need to do to eradicate our enemy. Iran is an enemy of us, and anybody that is a free democratic power. I mean, I just don't know how else to explain it. I mean, Iran is a menace, and they've been able to really multiply and be emboldened under this administration, and it's getting to the point where like they have free reign and nothing's being done to them, nothing except Israel's doing what they want, and the White House is trying to tell them not to, but they're saying no, we're gonna defend ourselves, and they're doing what they need to do, thank God, because they've killed so many leaders. One of the leaders,
hey Joe, you got to remember the TikTok friendly language, my friend. You gotta remember the TikTok friendly language. Howdy, partner. So yeah, like you keep. We gotta be careful with it. Hawk, are you still here? Hawk, if you're here, drop a here in the chat. Drop a here in the chat. Real quick, let me just read these off as well because thank you to Jackie for the $5 donation. Thank you to Kathleen for the $25 donation. Thank you to Tia for the $5 donation. Say thank you for always keeping it real. Thank you to Albert for saying go blue, and thank you to Mama Rebel who sent a $4 donation. Guys, thank you so much. We were able to close out that nightly donation.
Yay, W's.
Massive W's in the chat for everybody. Yeah. Hey, Hawk.
Yes, Hawk.
Hawk, did you want up on this? Also, guys, we're at 569,000 likes. Guys, if we can do like just 570,000 likes, if we can just do 3 minutes of power tapping, we can close out our nightly tap goal as well. So, guys, tap the screen, tap the screen. Hawk, if you want to square this circle, request up and let me know.
Can I respond to some of the things that Joe said real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead,
Oh, hey, Dr. Jace.
First of all, just because I want some clarification. So, Joe, were you in Kuwait by any chance?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, I just a lot of for those of us who were in the region during in 91 and 92 have particular feelings about Iran, and so that's why I asked that. I get why you feel the way you do. So I want to respond real fast to several things that you said. I'm going to try to blow through them because I actually had a different reason for coming up. So, one, what you were saying about the $6 billion and $10 billion separately is what Erica said. Is I was really glad to hear that she was able to get to your what do you call it, safety net there, so she could correct make sure that you were being not misquoted. So, but the thing that we have to remember is that money is always on the surface. It looks like it's for one thing, but when the U.S. makes an arms deal, most of the time it has nothing to do with us actually preventing something. It really doesn't. Because there's no way you can make a country not make nuclear arms. You just can't. We can create all the contracts we want to. They're not magical. But and that's the kind of the point. We try, but they didn't work. So the money that we got out of that deal was so that we could earmark it for something else and give us leverage in the region at some point in the future. And I think that that's probably the most important thing to remember. And so the $6 billion, that stuff started way back before the $10 billion stuff. We were able to use that money to bring people home, captives, and that's the ultimate goal. And I'm fine with that exchange personally. None of us are ever going to agree with how presidents use those earmarked funds. We just aren't going to do that. It's okay to disagree with that, but I don't know if it's a good enough reason to side with one over the other. So I'm sympathetic to what you're saying. Newsweek actually has an unbiased article where they outline the entire thing all the way back to Bush Cheney and where it started and marches it forward so you can see how all of the money played out. And I really like the article because it specifically addresses what Bush Cheney did, what Obama did, what Trump did with the money while he was in office, and then what Biden ended up ultimately doing. And like I said, I'm fine with what Biden did. I'm also fine with what Trump did. I mean, he did what he did during his time in office with the money the best way he does. And I don't disagree with the way Trump handled those specific funds. Because they were there to be used in the region, release whatever humanitarian aid, and that's totally fine in my opinion. So to your credit, I think that you are right to question Biden the same way we would be right to question Trump, and that's what I want. So I'll let Hawk have it because he probably knows more than I do because I was just a medical officer, so I didn't. I'm a little different. So
I'm only because of research, but if and you guys have talked around this a lot since you started, and somebody mentioned part of this before. First of all, it was their money, but it was being held. When Biden released that money for the hostages, it went to a third party. There's another country that is in control of that money, and they are only to release that money to Iran for humanitarian purposes. So it's not like he just gave them the money back. That money is being held by a third party country. They don't have control over it, and they can only get it for humanitarian purposes for their people.
And while we wait for Joe, I do want to shout out Phil for the $5 Venmo. He did have a question in regards to what did Trump do with the I group and the T group in Afghanistan, but I don't think we're going to be able to broach that subject tonight because that'll be like another 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
It would be.
But I appreciate you, Phil.
So let me just say this, and we'll kind of wrap it around one more time. First of all, yes, chat, 600,000 likes. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Boo, boo, boo. Thank you so much. So
He's sleepy.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
It's,
Follow my backup. Follow my
it's
backup, guys.
management.
I know it is. Boo. The backup account is on the panel, guys. If you're not following my backup, click on the picture, the one that says Santana, and
Didn't I tell you not to do that with that one? Don't do that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the Day of the Dead mask. It's a national thing in Mexico. Don't do that.
But it was a spooky skeleton face. I like the spooky skeleton face.
You never seen Coco?
I seen Coco Melon. Anyway,
Okay,
listen.
I give up.
Listen. Hawk. Joe. Anything else? So the reason why I asked Hawk to come up is because Hawk is like super knowledgeable, and I know that he could actually square any circles, and so I wanted to give you the opportunity to wrap up that overall conversation.
No, just in close. As far as that conversation, I just feel like we have not done enough to handcuff Iran from doing what they're doing right now in the region and to our troops. You don't like it? I get it. I get it.
No,
I mean,
I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a laser eyes, and so I had superpowers for a second.
My bad.
But to that point,
we're handcuffing
to that
Israel.
point, though, Joe, real quick, Joe, to that point, though, whatever they're doing, they're not doing it with that money. That's the issue.
No. It's not just that. It's not just that, but that does show weakness. That does show weakness to me. All right, maybe not to you.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a personal opinion. But to me, that doesn't show weakness at all.
And I was just giving an
that's
example
fine.
because somebody had asked a question. That's all. But the overall situation, I feel like we are not giving Iran enough deterrence to do what they're doing. And if they're doing it to our troops, they're not doing it directly. They're doing it through their proxies, right? We know that, and it makes us look weak. And that's something that's been an issue for us. And, again, Israel is our ally. And when we tell them we're going to withhold arms from them, if they do this and they do that, you talk about the humanitarian situation. I get it. I don't want kids getting killed on the line. My bad.
All right, Joe.
My
Yep.
bad.
No, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and drop you down. Thank you, Joe. Come back some other time. I appreciate you, my friend.
All right, man.
You said the words way too many times. Joe, when you come back, we're gonna have our TikTok friendly speech again. Like, I want you to come back because there's more meat on the bone and more conversation to be had. But jeez Louise, you've hit us with those words multiple times. Also, apparently, like, everybody in the chat saying that I need to watch Coco. I don't know what that is.
Yes, it's a really good movie.
Okay.
It's from Disney. I think it's from Pixar, but it's a really good movie.
Hawk, have you watched Coco? I think Hawk is asleep.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was muted.
Yeah.
I said, no, I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. It's one of those animated things or whatever, and some of the stuff is in there, like the mask that you had.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's do this because Alex, I know that overall you didn't get as much, but I want to give you the floor to say or share or do anything, well, not do, but share anything that you would like to share.
I would have loved to have a conversation with Joe about AB rights, but unfortunately we can't have that. Maybe we can come back tomorrow night, because from a nurse standpoint, and being in the medical field for over 15 years, I would love to have that conversation, why a man feels that he should decide what a woman should happen. But other than that, I don't. I know what I had said was about the 6 million and not the 10 billion, or the 6 billion but not the 10 billion. I would just like to clarify, but that's the problem. Like, let's look at the whole money that's being used, and the whole, like, where it all stemmed from, and like that's what I have a problem with. We just take little sections and little parts, and that's where we dig at instead of looking at the whole picture. And then once we see, and we're not going to agree with the whole picture, we won't agree with it, but let's take the whole picture instead of just 5% and say, oh, that's the 100%. And that's my problem.
Yep. No, I
That's
completely
it.
agree. I completely agree, Alex. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks for coming up. Have a great night.
Yep.
I think I'm getting a sinus infection.
Yeah.
Crazy Pants.
Fudge.
Crazy Pants.
I have a question.
Wait, hold on. Who's Crazy Pants? Me?
Yeah.
I'm not Crazy Pants.
You
Hold on.
answered
Let me
too.
say this real quick. So there's still like 700 of us hanging out right now, and I know it might be a big axe, but I pinned the closing gift, which is a witch on Halloween. I mean, so if you guys want to do it one more time, that's just an FYI. No pressure, but the witch is the closing gift. Dr. Jace, you said you had a
Just
question.
send it to me.
Yeah, so I don't know how many of you actually saw it tonight on the Trump rally where he said he wanted RFK to be to take the position of oversight of women's health care.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I've seen that several times tonight, and somebody actually linked it in Pickle's Pickle's Discord. I haven't read it entirely yet because I was listening. Yeah, we heard that. I said there's several people in the thing, so in the chat. So, chat, if you heard it, do me a favor and type yes so I can see. But I'm pretty sure that's everything I've seen suggests that he did say that in the rally. So, I was watching the Harris rally, so I missed it. That is appalling and terrifying to me for every single woman in this country if RFK. And I'm going to tell you why. The man said with a straight face that atrazine, which is a pesticide, causes homosexual men because it turned frogs transgender. Now, this is an actual thing.
What? Wait, what?
Say it again.
That just hurt my brain.
What was the words you just used?
None of them words go together. That was not on my bingo card.
Shit, man. This is no lie. He found a random PubMed article about a pesticide study that causes the gender transfer in African clawed toads. It really does do this in African clawed toads, but African clawed toads do this anyway because they undergo parthenogenesis. It triggers parthenogenesis in the toad. So RFK puts out this thing where he tells people that this pesticide in the water is what's causing people to be gay and trans. I can't even say it because human biology does not work like frog biology. For anybody down in the comment section, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you are not a toad. Okay, your biology is not the same. So it doesn't matter. You could drink atrazine and it would not change your gender. I just want to make that clear. And it certainly doesn't make people a different sexual orientation. The man is insane. But this is the kind of person that Trump wants to oversight, or used to be the oversight for women's medicine. And he's also a staunch anti-vaxxer. He thinks that the vaccines cause autism because he's been listening to Jenny McCarthy and Alex Jones and Mike Liddell and these people. They're all perpetuating these wild, fear-mongering, crazy shit that is really detrimental to medicine. And so what I would like is if you could, or other creators could spend sometime before the election and just have a very real conversation about vaccine medicine and the misinformation that is being put out by people like RFK. And these are the kind of people that Trump is surrounding himself with, the same man who thinks that drinking bleach and ivermectin and all this other stuff is sound medicine. I don't want somebody with pseudoscience running our country. So if you could at some point have a real conversation with your patronage about real vaccine medicine, I would appreciate it as a member of the medical community.
Yeah, no, listen, I think that we have enough people with actually really good information and insight on that we can have that conversation. So listen, I know you're super active in the what? Gotta drop you. I gotta drop you down, Dr. Jason. I'm sorry. You're in the Discord. Please, drop that information in the Discord, and we can have that conversation because I want to be able to. I think that's a great idea, and that's definitely something that we can have. Hey, Pretty Tone. The reason why you're not being accepted up. Are you calling me a clown or a duck? Dude, it's the end of the night. Come back at the start of the live.
I was trying to figure out what those emojis meant.
I think he was looking for a chicken. Like, I've never been called a duck, but whatever, dude. Anyway, Hawk, what do you have for the people?
The only thing much earlier, and I don't know if it was that same guy, if it was somebody else, the issue with our geopolitical relationships with other countries, allyship, and that type of thing or whatever, that is not the purview of the president. Congress solidifies those relationships. So when all of these guys are talking about these different countries that we're supporting and all this other stuff, that's not up to the president. The president will enforce that once we have that relationship, but those relationships are made by Congress. So people that have a problem with us supporting any other country or whatever, they need to talk to their congressmen and senators about changing the nature of those relationships. It's not the president, whomever the president might be.
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. Thank you so much for that, Hawk. I appreciate you, my brother. And I'm sorry I had to call on. Listen,
no problem.
It was getting a t-shirt time, and I was like, I need somebody to square this circle and wrap this thing up.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes you have some of those guys, no matter how you say whatever, they're stuck in their belief and they're just not going to let it go.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, can you send that to me so I can put it up here? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and sometimes they just, I don't know. That's the hill that they're gonna unalive on. So, well. Thank you, Hawk. I appreciate you.
No problem, sir.
All right.
Have a great night, Hawk.
Hey guys, real quick, W's in the chat for Lady D. Lady D sent a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Lady D. W's in the chat for Lady D. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. It was a great live. Thank you so much. E, what do you have for the people?
Ooh, child.
Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier.
I can't wait for that part.
Child, maybe things will get brighter.
Come November 6th.
Someday. Someday.
When the world is much brighter.
Anyway.
No.
E, what do you got?
No. Tonight was a great show, and I got to see a doggo, so that made me happy. I got flowers. I love the flowers. That's my thing. And we had some great conversations. So just thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your engagement, for your support. We get to go raid Isaiah. Yay! All right, awesome. So I'm gonna shut up. Can we just are we gonna do the piece?
Yeah. No, listen, guys. We are gonna go raid Isaiah. Listen, there's still like 600 something of us left in here, and last time you guys let me down. I'm not even gonna lie. You guys let me down. We're gonna go raid Isaiah. This is his @ right? So this is his @ Get the information. Listen. Don't make me look. I was like the only person in there last time saying Santana raid by myself.
Real quick, so Isaiah is a young politician out there in Houston, Texas. He's an amazing young man. So that's who Isaiah Martin is.
Exactly.
So
this guy is smart.
And yes,
that boy
extremely
good.
Intelligent.
That boy good.
That boy good.
That boy good.
And he be giving the business to these Trump supporters.
Yeah,
so
he did.
That's who Isaiah is.
He does.
He's an amazing young man. Also, because Santana told me to do it, I'll be going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So there's that. I forgot everything with Erica. I forget that sometimes.
Guys, let's go raid Isaiah. Let's go raid Isaiah Martin. Let's go let's go deep. Everybody, Santana raid. Let's go raid Isaiah. I want like at least 600 of us to do it, and I want us to just spam Santana raid in the chat. Everybody go. We're going over to Isaiah.
Let's go
Isaiah
now.
raid. Let's go. I love you all. Thank you all, and as always, peace.